Let's add it. Okay. Oh, there's a phone telling me that the stream is starting. Here we go. Rightio. Got it all sorted out. Let me put myself on way. Alright. Looks like everything seems to be working. Let me just add on. Looks about right. Right, I've got the flu a little bit, so be a bit weird. I hope the sound's alright. If it's not, I'll fix it all up. I have played Tyranny before, so here's enable. Usually I play in story mode, but I'll play in normal this time, I think. Okay.
For over 400 years, the armies of Kairos the Overlord have swept across the known world. All who stood against them fell before their might. Even the Archons, women and men of immense power, were forced to kneel, chained to the Overlord's will. Now Kairos' final conquest has come to our corner of the world, and two of the Overlord's armies compete for the honor of taking our lands. The elite disfavored, and the teeming horde of the Scarlet Chorus. The voices of Nerat, spymaster and Archon of secrets, guides the fierce and undisciplined masses of the Scarlet Chorus. With each battle, the Scarlet Chorus grows stronger, as the defeated are given a simple choice: serve or die. Graven Ash, Archon of War and the Overlord's most loyal general, leads the disfavored. Though small in number, Kairos' ironclad legion has never met true defeat in open battle. Watching over the two generals is Tyranny, the Adjudicator, Archon of Justice, eldest of Kairos' minions. Tyranny brings Kairos' laws to newly conquered lands, aided by the Fatebinders, judges and executioners of the Overlord's laws. You were among the youngest of the court of Fatebinders when Kairos' armies came to our lands. How could we have known that the fate of thousands would rest in your hands?
Well, that's interesting. Oh, as I do that, my phone makes a noise. Alright. So, we're gonna go with probably this character, I think, and it's girl, skin, alrighty. In the Northern Empire, where you were born, women enjoy equal protections under the laws of the Overlord, Kairos. In the Southern lands, the tiers women may crew, tiers or whatever, women may crew a ship, but only men may own or captain a vessel. While these customs give the oceans to the men, the lands are trusted to the women. Men may rent and lease, but only women may own land and bequeath it to their daughters and sisters. While following a parent's profession is standard, many women choose to pledge service to one of the Overlord's powerful Archons. Those without a visible trade or lands to call their own are often drafted into the armies of the Archons. Where it is assumed they will rise to glory or vanish in obscurity in accordance to their worth. Rightio. What we got? Faces. Can I zoom in? No. We got. Who might go? I don't know. Probably her, maybe. Well, that one's a little bit fierce, I suppose. I might go with that one, I think. And we'll go with. No. Why are you not clicking? Nope. That one's not too bad if it was longer in the back, I suppose. That one's not too bad either, I actually like that one. My hair's a bit wavy, I suppose. Oh, you can choose aggressive or the voice.
Right.
Aggressive.
Flawless.
Okay, what about? Oh, that's male. Haha. Sneaky.
Ah, got it.
No, I think I'm gonna go noble.
On the lookout.
Can we do? Oh, we do patterns. Ooh, that looks cool. You can also pick the color too. Where's this one? Oh, that one's on the arm. That's also on the arm. That's on both the arms and the back. That's on the face. No, I don't want anything on the face. Oh, they're on the legs actually. That'll be pretty good, I think. Those are on the arms. Show me can't do multiple. It's on that arm. I think I like that one actually. Where's that one? Okay, I'm blind. I can't see it. Oh, it's on the hand. Right, found it. But this one. On the face. No, I said I wasn't going to do it on the face. Though it's not too bad. That's actually pretty cool too. Oh, that's a tree. Oh, I think I love the tree. The tree is awesome. I think I might go with that one. Okay, it's a little flower. No. Oh, the snake is awesome. Oh, I'm thinking snake. Can't I have two? And that's no. I want the tree, or I want the snake. Sure, I can't put the snake on the other leg, and then put the tree on that arm. That'll be really cool. See if I did, I'd go probably that one and that color. Yeah, that's nice. I think the snake. I don't know. Well, the tree is pretty cool too, but a tree I'd have to go green, and then I have to go like brown. So, unless I go like that brown, so it's got a bit of red to it. No, I'm thinking snake. I'm gonna go with the snake. I like the snake. That, I like that. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go with snake, I think. That's pretty cool though, too. That just covers up the, that's pretty cool actually. I like that as well. Shame I can't have two, like, that's, I think I might go that one actually. I don't know, I don't want to do too much, but I don't want to do too less. Like, I just want to do a, yeah, I don't know, I like the tree a lot. The tree is really good. But I think the snake, I don't know. Because I think she'll be wearing pants later on too. So you wouldn't be able to see it. With the arms, you would be able to see it even with the... I think I might go tree actually, because if I do it that way. I think I might go dark green. I'm going to go with this one, maybe. Or is it this one? I might go with red. Red, it makes it look like it's... Should I can't go with a lighter red? That'd be pretty cool. I like the background. If I do green, green. No, don't like that. The purple's not too bad. I kind of like it when it's red and brown. It kind of goes with it in a way. Yeah, I might have to go with that, I think. I like that a lot, actually. I think I'm going to go with this picture. I usually go with this picture. Or this one, or this one is usually the ones I go with. Because her hair's like that, I'm thinking this one will be better. Because that's sort of like hers, just not red. So, I like that picture. I don't know if that resembles anything. I don't know if it's some sort of witch type of thing or wizardry type of thing. See, I'm going to be a rogue, I reckon, or an arch. Ooh, actually, I'm going with that one. Yes, that one definitely. And I'm going to change the hair face. Like that. Haha! Now we have the... Right, so we're going to go with her. Alright. Right, we got Pit Fighter, Hunter, Guild Apprentice, Noble. This is the how did I join it? Okay. Pit Fighter. Not wishing to pay to feed and house to the two, the madame that purchased your mother sold you to the providing grounds. The Northern Empire's bloodiest, most notorious fighting arena. Given only enough training to assure the show isn't over too soon, your natural prowess and survival instinct led you to one victory after another. There was no elegant swordplay, no formalized duels, just brutal melee and stench of blood, stuff, and bronze, with each day's gruesome and necessities. It is said that any fighter that slays a dozen others in the grand melee is given her freedom, but in 300 years only 3 warriors have ever walked away from the proving grounds. When the closing horns sounded and 13 corpses lay at your feet, you become the 4th to be granted freedom, to thunderous applause. But this autonomy was only short-lived. Within days, word of your accomplishment made its way to the Archon of Justice. Wonder if there's any more to that. No. Soldier. Unable to settle the year's accounts with grain, your parents offered you as a tithe to your overlord instead. Seeing your first battles as a child, you've known all your life how to fight, how to stay calm at the sight of blood and disembowelment, and how to rely on your fellow warriors. Deemed smarter than the average killer, you were groomed for command and given an education in letters and numbers. With rumours of the war, it seemed recruitment into the disfavoured legion would be the obvious match for your skills, but the Archon of Justice is known to say good iron is not used for swords, and good minds are not used for soldiers. Claimed by Tunon, or whatever his name is, you were instead drafted into the Court of Fate Binders, where your martial skills were put to the use in force of Cryo's laws. Then you got Hunter. When the leader of your home village spoke out of turn one too many times, agents of the Overlord put the whole town to torch to contain the spread of insubordination. The Bounding Viper tribe came across the smoke ruins of your village, and when the beast matriarch found you frozen and unafraid, the mighty leader took you in and raised you with the protection of her tribe. For years you lived with those wild beastmen in their majority homes throughout the mountains, but the Bounding Vipers were a dying breed. Each long winter took the great toll then the last. Once the dwindling tribe was too weak to defend its lands, disfavored soldiers came to dispense of the ravenous scavengers. Your tribe had become finding a human amongst the wild tribe. The disfavored soldiers made a point of taking you alive. News of the wild child of the north eventually spread to the Archon of Justice, and he ordered you to release from captive and delivered to his court. Oh, I like that one. Yeah, that's the one I usually go with, the Hunter, because you're able to work with the beastmen a little bit easier. Guild Apprentice. Deeply proud of your intelligence, your parents always knew you were too smart for a life spent with your hands in the soil. Looking to secure a better future, your parents struck a bargain with the Seven Tree Guild, a small magical order willing to teach you letters, numbers, and magic to prove your capability. Hang on, I'm about to sneeze. Okay. For several years, you learned much from the mages, mastering reading and writing faster than the rest, and eventually learned the basics of mystic theory and spellcraft. Your magical studies come to an abrupt halt when the voices of Narat, Archon of Secrets, deemed the guild a peacetime distraction that must be disbanded for the upcoming war. Its mages assigned to the proper armies while your peers went on to other guilds. Your mind was seen too valuable to be wasted on the armies. Instead, your life was claimed by Teuton, Archon of Justice. Noble Secon? I don't know. Born to noble parents, you were groomed for leadership. Your youth spent on letters, history, whatever that one is, and other matters of culture and statecraft. Or slatecraft, I don't know. I can't tell, I think it's an L. Though you had wealth and creature comforts, you were expected to grow up quickly and bear the honour of shepherding others through prosperity and war. When your parents came under accusation of sedition or something, you were sent to the court of Teuton, Archon of Justice. To defend your family's actions, your parents were found guilty. The dissolution of the treasonous estate, whatever it is, equality, intiny, whatever, played for your own ignorance on your family's actions. You negotiate your most important deal yet, immunity from the crimes of your family, for the simple cost of swearing I think it's an F. To the Archon himself, despite the unwilling introduction of your education, and Savory made you a valuable addition to the Archon's enforcers, so you are remaining gods, blah blah blah. Okay. And you got soldier. Nope, we've done that one. Lawbreaker. Accused of your crime, you most certainly did. You stood before Teuton, the educator, I think it is? I don't know. Archon of Justice, and argued for your case with eloquence or whatever and convince. Impressed by your logic, reason, and confidence, he found you guilty anyway. It is rumoured that Teuton selects many of his agents from his prisoners, who better to catch the wicked. I suppose that is true than those versed in such ways. In his mercy, Teuton offered you the choice of two sentences: decades lashings in prisons or lifetime serving him in the court of fate binders. The choice was an easy one, and instead of seeing the inside of a cell, you were trained in letters, numbers, magic, and war. The laws you once broke are now yours to enforce. Cool. War mage, and you got diplomat as well. I hate being diplomat. They're really annoying. Alright, mage war. War mage. Sounds like Samson's coming in. If you have the combination of wits and courage to be accomplished casters and warriors, and those cursed with such a computation of abilities, or whatever it is, of talents are invaluable, pulled from their mundane lives and assigned to armies of the Archon. Your earliest memories are in a painful slog of training, studying, lecture, and exhaustion. All the elements of being groomed for battle you knew better than to ask what became of your family, nor to question the missives elegy penned by their hand that were part of the earliest lessons in the reading. When you reached adulthood, Teuton, the educator, came to the barracks and laid claim to your life, seeing you as too valuable for the life of battling, basically. The Archon of Justice deemed your life better spent dedicated to the arc of, basically, punitive legal remedies. Though you had much to learn in the matters of civil discourse, none could deny your bright future as Teuton's next enforcer. Diplomat. If you have the combination of wits and courage... Nope, hang on. Why is diplomat not working? There we go. There we go. Nope. Why are you not working? There we go. Though they would never tell you why, Kairos bestowed great wealth upon your family for some unmentioned service, and your parents used this wealth to have you raised far from home. Your childhood was a nomadic tour of terrace, with hired tutors and fleeting friendships, where others had stability and routine. You had worldly and varied education. Actually, that sounds pretty good. A careless word in a far-flung city landed you in legal trouble, and you were taken before Teuton, the educator, and made you stand trial. Not only did you plead for your innocence, but you turned the accuser turned it around, an accuser for wasting the court's time, and the Archon for justice condured, amused by your wit, wisdom, and ability. You're not claiming US influencer. That is pretty funny though. Just turned it around. Nah, I think I'm gonna go with Hunter. You're a wild child, basically. You're born and you're taken in by some beasts, so that's what I'm gonna go with. That's what I always go with. I like that one a bit more. Because the other ones don't really... Although Pitfire is something else and Lawbreaker would be something else I would go with. But Hunter is a lot more interesting, I suppose you could say. We'll try... Okay, you were trained in the following combat style. Okay, we've got Sword and Shield. Which is that. We've got the Great Sword, and Mum keeps burping. We've got the Short Bow, which... We've got Shock Spells. Vigor spells. What's the difference? I suppose just the colour. Javelin. Oh, I think I like that one. Dual wielding, unarmed attacks, frost spells, and that spells. Okay. Well, we get two what we can pick, so I can go with that one as well as the short bow. So I'm going to do my main one as a dual wielder. And then for the second one, which I can't do apparently. I cannot do that. Oh, I could pick this. Blows or slice? I think I might go with blows. Maybe 9, 11, 10, 13. Primary weapon. Primary. Yeah, we'll go with this one then. And then we'll go with the short bow. And we'll probably go with this one here, the heart shot. So we've got these two. Right, next. Right, a banner. Yay, the banner! And you can also choose your colours too. Red and blue. I like that red. I don't know. I think I'm just going to go red and blue, I think. Unless you do red and red, but that just looks awful. Red and black. I suppose that would work. Yeah, I might go with that. And then we'll go with... That's a bear. I think that's the closest I came with before with a wolf, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Mountains, I suppose. Yeah, no, I think that's all we're going to get with the wolves, I suppose. Don't think I can see anything that would be better for a wolf symbol. We got a bird. That works. Archery, because we do archery, but we've also got the melee version as well. Well, that looks awful. Oh, it's a little heart. That's cute. I think that's the... Well, actually, I'm pretty sure it's like a face in a... Like a ninja type of symbol. I think we might go with that one. Now if we go red and blue, black, white, green, yellow. I kind of like the yellow, to be honest. I think we go with this. Because there's two versions. You've got a heart in a house. Or you've just got a like a ninja assassin type of thing. So we'll go with that thing. And her name is Roxanne. Alright. Might find us, let's see. Wits. The wits aptitude describes the character's mental. Wits can increase strength as well. Okay, let's go with strength then. That will go with strength. What's might? Is that strength as well? That's endurance. So stronger, as in endurance. So might is actually endurance, and wits is actually strength as well as magic. Resolve is just magic defenses and that sort of thing, so I probably won't touch that. This one is health. And the strength of personality. Actually, yes, I think... Right, we're going to go with this one a lot as well. And we'll have to go with these, obviously. Come on, go up. So, okay, apparently I can't. Quickness. Dual wielding. That's armor. Okay. So I probably get down one there and put it up here. Can I actually get rid of that? No, that's as far as I can go down. Dang it. Because I'm pretty sure that's not important at all. Well, let's go endurance. There was another one up here, endurance, or was that down? Oh, that's negative endurance, so yeah, that can go down. And then we'll go up in this one as well. Right, I think that's what we're going to go with, because I want health a lot better. Right, bows and dual wielding. Okay, athletics, dodge, just because we can, parry, substitute, law. One-handed as well. Yeah, like that. Actually, might go up in two-handed as well. Might need that at one point. How far can I go? Which one was it at? It was at 22, so we'll go up to 26. One hand is on 27. Wait, what was it originally at? It was at 24, so yeah. We'll go 26. And then we go... What was bows at originally? It was at 29, so we'll go up to 33. Yep. 33 and 32. Yep, we'll have to go with that, I suppose. Law, substitute, dodge. Then what's dodge do? I think it's just a... Yeah, it's a hunter thing, so... Oh no, I can't go down any, so... Right. Conquest or crit start? We'll go Conquest, I think. Selecting Conquest option will allow you to play through the Quires Conquest or the tiers. Choosing your character was involved in the... Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. I know what to do here.
All the world has fallen to Kairos, and now the Overlord's eye is on the Tiers, our home. The last corner of the world free of Kairos' reign. Two armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, march south from the Northern Empire, the last realm to fall to Kairos a century prior. In the early days of 428, Kairos' armies arrive at the Gates of Judgment, the mountainous border that we Tiersmen so long believed unassailable. Unable to agree on a unified plan of defense, the various leaders of the Tiers sit and wait for each other to deal with the conquerors, until it's too late.
Okay. During the conquest, you will decide your character's actions during Kairos' invasion on the Tiers, shaping the world through which you will adventure over the course of the game. Each choice you make affects your character and how your major factions in the Tiers respond to you. Your decisions matter, so choose wisely. So basically, you choose whether or not you take down something or save it, basically. I'm pretty sure they're talking here somewhere. Nope. Okay, so basically, you choose what happens to something, and you choose whether you want to go with the Disfavored or the Scarlet faction. So you have a choice whether which one you go with. Usually, I go with like both of them. I try and see if I can make them work together, so I have two sides even. But I think this gameplay, I'm just going to go with what makes my character seem a bit more. I'm going to form it into an actual person properly, like give it a proper character realisticness to it, where usually I just try and like make it a bit more even to make sure everyone likes me. So yeah. The bastards, really, we called it that? Rightio. The bastard city stood on the northern border between Kairos Empire and the Tiers. Built upon a natural harbour at the crossroads between the realms, the city was a nexus of commerces to the Tiers. It was the centre of all wealth to a northerner. It was little more than a backwater trading post. Its symbiotic, can't say that word, status as a gateway to the continent made it a natural first target in Kairos. Military conquest circumstances were ideal for you to prove your worth as a soldier in Kairos armies. Taking this city would send a message to the rest of the Tiers Kairos. This is important, basically. So we start off with having two things we want to start off. We've got the Gates of Judgment. Judgment or infiltrate the Tiers. Both armies sent their forces to prepare the way, or in the first major engagement of the war, Cryos armies crossed the mountain and established a foothold. Clicking that, the armies of Cryos took the battle to the gates of Judgment, trumpeting the open cause of the conquest of Tiers. Two armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, brought their distinctive sense of order and chaos to the assault. You went to battle alongside the armies whose approach is best suited for your strength. So we've got the Disfavored, which you should highlight about and should say what they are. Standing shield to shield with the Cryos ironclad elite. You advance on the mercenaries' army purchased by the nobles of the bastard city. The Legion wanted to send a message to the Tiers that supplied breeding and disciplined training would win the day. You rushed with the chaotic mass of the Scarlet Chorus, flanked the bastard city army, and drove them to flee. Or, if I choose this one, history would remember the Gates of Judgment as the first battle of the conquest, but the real combat unfolded with advanced units of both armies preparing for the coming war. The Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus each had a plan to infiltrate the capital city. Which army did you join? Disfavored. You lent your skills to the elite Disfavored scout to capture the border garrison. Graven Ash insisted that an early victory in the offensive would boost the morale of his troops and diminished the haughty overconfidence of the Southerners. You joined the Scarlet Chorus as you raided the villages, small towns, conscripting every able-bodied man and woman into the army. The voices of Narat empathized the rewards of conscription and enslavement over wanton bloodshed. Apparently, his soldiers needed the reminder. So whichever one I choose will have a different outcome. See, if I went with this one will disappear and I'll get another outcome. Where if I chose that one, this will disappear and I'll get another outcome. So there's different outcomes for everyone you choose. Same with if you choose with the Disfavored or the Chorus, the Scarlet Chorus. So whichever one you choose will have a different outcome. So I think we're going to go with the Gates of Judgment. And I'm thinking about fleeing them. So then training would win the day. It wins the day, but this one drove them to flee. Yeah, I think you lose more though. I think I might go with the Disfavored, maybe? See, the Scarlet Choruses are like enslavement, where the Disfavored are basically about rules and laws and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna go with this one. And I think I might go with the Disfavored. Standing shield by shield with the Cryos ironclad elite, you advance the mercenary army purchased by the nobles of Bastard City. The Legion wanted to send a message to the Tiers that superior the breeding. So we're going to go with that one. Next. The Bastard City learned too late that the military is earned and never bought. The mercenary army quickly found themselves outclassed by the superior tactics and information of the Disfavored. Those few who lived to the end of the battle were rounded up, the weak were executed, and the strong were enslaved to haul the army wagons of the journey. So right, they're gone. And then we start off with another one. We got feeding the host or judge the enemy. Right. Feeding the host. Against the most optimistic predictions, Disfavored and the Scarlet soldiers made short work of the local defences. They did so well that the armies quickly outpaced their supply caravans, troops, and plentiful, but food was scarce. You only had time to execute one plan to secure the provisions. Disfavored. You authorized the Disfavored troops to confiscate food and supplies from the traveling merchant caravans. The Tiers had already spent ignorant centuries gluttoning themselves outside Cryos law. You authorized the Scarlet courses to send the horde out and to pillage farms and villages, spreading the inhumanity of Kairos' army prepared the tears for a reality of the impending conquest. Oh, you got this one, which is Judge the Enemy. To judge the enemy, the soldiers of the Tears fell by hundreds, and Chaos's armies. Words, hang on. Okay. The soldiers of the Tears fell by the hundreds, and Chaos's armies could not agree on how to handle the few survivors. They dragged back to the camp. Befitting your role, the commanders turned to you to decide the fate of for those who accompanied prison pens. There were only enough prisoners to support the plan of a single army. Enslave the enemy. The disfavored needed slaves to haul their gear, digging latrines and keeping their pallets warm at night. You consign the survivors of battle to their subservient role, whatever, along gave and Ash noble troops. You gave prisoners to the Chaos army or die. The Scarlet Chorus was in need of extra troops to fill up their spots, basically. Oh, we got this one. I think I'm going with feeding the host, and I think I might go with this one, maybe. This one takes out the merchant caravans, where this one actually attacks the farms and villages, so I'm thinking just go with the merchants. After raiding the wagons of unsuspecting caravans and securing days' worth of provisions and supplies, the disfavored found a cache of goods behind a hidden panel. They confiscated potions and elixirs bound for secret contracts within the bastard city. The whore filled the disfavored larder with provisions for the following year and denied the defenders of the bastard city supplies that would be desperately needed in the siege to come. So it was good, I guess. Taking the bastard city, the armies of Chaos assembled around the bastard city. The first bastion, I don't know, of the Tears to fall. Both armies long to storm the walled outposts. The Scarlet Chorus howling for plunder, and the favoured forming an unbreakable shield wall. Your prowess on the field and battle had carried them this far, but there was one more step to total victory. Both armies had inspired schemes to take the bastard city. Which one did you spot? Now this is the one where I usually go with this one. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you take both disfavored and Scarlet together and get over the wall and sabotage its defences, which gives you Concealing the Shadows, which is the one I usually go with. Then you go with you join the Scarlet, setting a fire to the city and blocking the gates. So basically they burn. And it gives you Syrian Palm. Oh, you got this one, which is disfavored. In a direct assault upon the city gates, no fortification would stand before the unstoppable legion, which gives you the the warrior's respite. See, I'll go with this one again as well, because it gives you the Concealing in the Shadows, which gives a bit more help with my ninja assassin, whatever you want to call it, character, which I'm building up. So again, I'll go with this one, because I'm not really going to go with this one or this one. I usually look at the abilities too. So we're going to go with this one. Though it was challenging to earn the cooperation of both armies, their shared interest in taking down the city defences allowed your scouts to work as a single unit. Once your forces scaled the walls, a mixture of tactics and salvaging disestables, whatever, the city guard, who quickly lost their command over the defences, were forced to surrender. Lacking the support of archers and siege weapons, the bastard city fell quickly to the superior might. So now that's going to crumble. I've never actually had that come out in one piece. It's always crumbled, so yeah. And now you choose whether you want to go with Apex or Lethan's Crossing. The bastard city settled into a new state of normalcy. With every tower displaying Kairos' banner, your name was whispered alongside rumours of a declared career to come. The armies divided into two fronts and migrated south. Titan, whatever his name is, sent word that you were to join the next frontier of Chaos conquest, either as a judge and overseer of a settlement of Lethan's Crossing, or as a warrior advisor with the armies. Okay, so you got this one, which the troops of the mountain realm of Apex stood idle in the safety of their valley, biding their time as their neighbours in the bastard tiers fell. In the Second Year War, a joint force of Disfavored and Scarlet crossed over the mountains to take control of the Tier Central Valley. Lethan's Crossing. Despite Disposals of Iron made the settlement of Lethan's Crossing a strategic war asset. Cryos sent the forces bound Smith mages of exceptional skills to establish a flow of weaponry. Teuton, the just educator, sent one of the fate pointers, which is you, to ensure their enforcement. See, I think I'm gonna go with this one. This one actually gives you iron and stuff, but then you end up having this big war with over the iron. So I'm gonna go with this one. I have done this one before, but we're gonna go with this one again. You guys haven't actually seen it, so bring it over. Bring the thing over. Oh, it goes that way. There we go. So this is the little thing here. The mountain nation of Apex, ruled for generations by the queens of House Venderin, stood at the heart of the tiers. No army could bypass the landlocked realm without leaving their flank exposed to attack. By the second year of the war, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus had pushed deep into the tiers, elementing both armies were dispatched to conquer the Apex. Teuton assigned you to accompany them, tasked with bringing Cryos law to the territory, as well as keep eyes on both armies. So we have this one, which is Denial of Strength. A new school of mages presented a problem and opportunities, and this one, which is Battle of Enduring Past. I don't know. The Archon of Stone Assault was perhaps too successful. The Saved sent their most destructive ally to crush Enduring Fort Khan. Archon of Stone buried the stronghold under an avalanche. Triggered from the surrounding mountains, the Scarlet Chorus were promised to capture enemies for recruitment, yet none survived the onslaught. The chorus demanded compensation, whatever. You congratulated the disfavored for taking the pass without risking the lives of the Christ's loyal servants. At this stage of the campaign, it was vital to use any advantage that would mitigate any losses. You upheld the Scarlet's claim and demanded that the youngest... no, I don't think I'll do that one. A school of water mages loyal to the Tiersmen posted a substantial threat. The disfavored wished to inhabit the school, while the Scarlet Course insisted on catching them and using them for their craft. You sided with the disfavored. All mages had a chance to surrender before the war, and trying to capture the enemy would lead to needless losses, so basically you kill them. You sided with the Scarlet, ordering the mage Odd take a live. But okay, so we're going to go with this one, and we're going to end up siding with the disfavored, because I don't want to go with them, because I don't want them to take the disfavored. Next. The Scarlet Chorus claims were insignificant compared to the losses victory. You congratulated the disfavored and encouraged the Scarlet to do better, value the soldiers' lives, and a suggestion that gang bosses took worse than the original offense. Vowing to remember this, the slighted army returned to the camps to sulk, if not to lick their wounds. Rightio. Next thing we've got the marriage bed. Okay. A local custom to the tiers erected strife between the Kairos armies. Swords of the Fallen. The Scarlet Chorus soldiers were found wearing disfavored armor. Ooh, that sounds interesting. The enemy readied for a peacetime festival as Cryos I can still not say forces. Armed for battle, the favoured paid no mind to the southern custom and planned for the attack. During the annual celebration, the Scarlet Chorus, instead, on the day of no violence, as a former Tiersman, many would grasp the decency of temporary... actually like that idea. Like, letting them do their thing. You sided with his favoured commander and paid no homage to the bygone customs, intercepting a cultural pastime and slaughtering your way through the non-combatants. Thank you. You offered the locals their last feast, sending in a few Scarlet agents into the mix in good faith. The armies hoped that the gesture would foster some air passion. I think I like that one. Note next. Okay, this one. Scarlet Chorus soldiers were seen wearing disfavored gear, supposedly taken from who fell in the disfavored, were outraged, seeing tradition that their armor should be only passed to the king within the army in a debate of tradition versus practicality, whatever the word is. You had to rule in favour. You upheld the disfavored traditions. You upheld the traditions and punished those wearing the Legion iron. The army had become Christ's peace, which became higher standards. You denied the disfavored compliment and the demands of war rendered with such vain customs. Okay, and they were collected. Okay, but no, we're going on this one because it sounds awesome, and we're going to go with this one next. The festivities went off as expected, and the Scarlet Chorus recruits sent to enjoy themselves reported a little animosity along the reveres. The disfavored protested your ruling as too merciful and waged all-night training drills to combat the sound of the celebration with an anthem of swords and shields. You sent the forces to attack the following day, from which the disfavored themselves protest. So basically, they just didn't do it. Yeah. With the defeat of the Apex, an inevitable of the armies of chaos met to a discussion how to put an end to the stage of conquest. Both armies agreed to send an offer of parley along with their accomplices. Acceptance, whatever. The armies requested that you appeared in the meeting word of your fair dealing and apparently spread to their ranks. How do you want them to surrender? Through the days of meditation, you negotiate the surrender in the valley, forces putting an end to further bloodshed. Taunting the Queen of Apex into striking you under a banner of truce, you baited the Queen of Apex into a duel and slew her, threatening... Yeah, no, we'll go with this one. Your former enemies were loath to depart with their lands, but they were even more reluctant to continue the war. They were losing every turn. The Tismen are a stubborn lot, and despite their grim situation, it still took days of discussion and diplomacy. I can't speak tonight. Diplomacy, whatever, I give up, to show them madness of tendency. On the third day of meditation, the rules of Apex finally submitted to your terms of surrender, putting an end to the war in the valley and freeing up Crisis forces to march deeper into the tiers. So we kept that one alive, I suppose. They're still going to crumble. We got crumbled still. So these two crumbled. Right here. Right, now we have what we want to do next. We got... this one's about secrets. This one is about... Dispatch the stone substitute of the... I don't know. And... position, rich military tradition and realm. So it was most full in a realm. Land of Apex finally rested in the hands of the Christ forces. Scarlet Chorus paused to revel in the victory while the disfavored were prepared for the next fight, affording themselves but an evening rest. Christ's armies retaliated out of the conquered citadel and worked their way to cross the tiers. The disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus aimed to dominate as much territory as possible in the coming year. Your distinguished reputation in the Chorus military left the choice of the next destination in yours. Cryos conquering graves fell upon the citadel, its treasures and its knowledge is secrets. Cryos dispatched the Archon of Stone to sabotage the nation of Azure, whatever, With its easy defended position and rich military tradition, the realm of Stalwart was the most formidable realm in the tiers. I think in this one, because it's got secrets and treasure and stuff. Now bring it through. There we go. God, there's a lot of reading. I'm horrible at reading. Well, out loud. I'm pretty good with my head though. The Citadel was achieved. Oh, this is the library. And library are massive. Yeah, I remember now. Scale. Its inhabitants were known as the School of Ink and Quill. The circle of mages that centuries ago carved out their own mountainous refuge on the lands unsettled by the other major realms. Legends said that the Citadel housed of treasures trove of arcane knowledge. The Overlord spies infiltrated the school and confirmed as much. The time was ripe to send detachments to the Great Library Fortress. Yeah, I remember taking this one down. And force the scholars to yield. Yeah, but every time I do it, it always crumbles or burns, so. Chain of Command. A peaceful surrender turned bloody. Secret in song ensnared some stealthy sages. A detachment of Cyrus's army marched on the citadel, expecting an ordinary surrender. As they neared the main gates, a blast of arcane energy struck the commanders dead. Suddenly, the highest-ranking officer alive, Cyrus's forces, looked on you for the next step. The call weighed on your mind as it had an immediate influence on soldiers' losses. You order the expendable Scarlet Chorus to attack, commanding the disorderly mob forward to give the lead defavored a chance to withdraw through a costly maneuver in terms of lives lost. This assures the survival of most capable and effective soldiers. You order this favor to advance their shield wall, knowing that a handful of Cryos' elite soldiers could take the attack until the Cryos retreated. You knew that this favor would despise you for any loss that the Scarlet... for any losses at the Scarlet Chorus expense, but that was the simple price he had to pay for 7 lives. Siren's Archon of Song used her power to enwrath enemy mages who conscript beyond the Citadel walls. After Cyrus's forces rounded up the arcane practitioners, this favor began executing new captives before they could share dangerous knowledge, a crime under Cyrus's law with the Scarlet Cause. He claimed that disfavored with a compromise, the sages' mouths should be bound with iron. Oh, that sounds painful. Bridles, preventing them from speaking their forbidden knowledge. He punished the disfavored for executing mages and bound the Scarlet, ordering that the disfavored soldiers to be given the Archon sign as a personal. That sounds painful. Unless it's like the like a bit with a horse, I suppose. But instead of killing them, we could do that. That way, everyone wins. Although the mages wouldn't really win, would they? But I suppose it's better than killing them. Although, would it? I don't know. Yeah, this is a difficult one. Neither of them sound fun. Either way, they hate me. So this one definitely hates me. I don't know. This is hard. Besides just be given the Archon as her song personal guards, but I don't like her though. She's very rude. I think I might go with this one. You claim the disfavored with a calm the disfavored with a compromise. I don't know. This is difficult. This is very difficult. But what happens to the rest of them? Do they all die, or only 7 of them live? Or do they all live, but 7 of them have to... You punish the thing by executing the mages bound to the Scarlet, ordering that several disfavored soldiers would be given... Oh, several of the... Oh, no. We won't do that then. We'll go with this one then. As his favoured fitted the sages with their restraining masks, the Scarlet Chorus openly criticised the suppression of the enemy intelligence. He gave the soldiers a stern lesson on Kryos laws and sensitive treatment of forbidden knowledge, but that didn't stop the whisperings and the rumours that conquest was being mismanaged. So basically, I shouldn't have done that. Wouldn't be something else. Right. Spy Master's agents. Suspicious aroused when sages surrendered. Sang composed songs of strength and provoked bloody slaughter. Oh, I'll try some. A group of enemy mages surrendered to the disfavored, claiming to be spies, the loyal voices of Narat. No one in the army could verify the claim. The disfavored ready to interrogate the mages, but the Scarlet protest demanding that the prisoners be given into their custody. They couldn't risk the voices of Narat falling into the wrong hands. Though it meant angering the Scarlet, the mages were disfavored property. They remain in custody while you revived the claims. You ignore the disfavored threats sharply reminding them that they marched at Christ's order and not their own whims. The mages were released into Scarlet. Fine, I'll go with that one. The Archon of Song integrated Scarlet soldiers recruits to fight their leaders. Bosses were killed and left and right. The disfavored demanded at the end of the practice the good conquest. You agreed with the disfavored arguments. The right of command had his place, but not when Kryos' forces were outnumbered and reinforcements were weeks behind, if not longer. You ruled that each Archon had the right to govern their own armies according to their nature. The right of command bred chaos, but it was also ensured that the strongest rise to lead. The Archon's son indicates Scarlet Cross's recruits to fight their leaders. Bosses were killed and left or right. The disfavored demanded to end the practice for good. I'm confused. What? What? The Archon of Song indicated Scarlet's recruit to fight their leaders. The bosses were killed left and right. So what's wrong with killing the bosses? I'm confused. Practice for good of the conquest. Demanded that you end. I'm confused though. Is it because they're getting leaders to fight the bosses? I'm confused. I don't. Okay, what was this one? Let's go with this one. Let's just go with this one. This one sounds a little bit better. To acknowledge. Okay, so what was this one? Oh, this is this one. Yeah. Okay, we're not gonna worry about that one. That one was weird. The Spy Master's agent, the Scarlet, accepted the mages into their company with gratitude. After secreting them within the tents and out of earshot, you presumed that a discussion of or interrogation followed. When you asked it the following day, the Scarlet Chorus admitted that they sent the mages of... Really? Admitted that they sent the mages of the Voice of Narat with an escort, dispatching them under the cover of the night. Without due authorization, you reprehend the soldiers of keeping you out of loop, but there was naught else to be done in the matter. Fair enough. Food and morale dwindled as the siege party realized the enemy would win this war. Really? Huh. Tudon sent... Oh, wait, I know what happens here, yeah. Tudon sent word that Kryos' patient had run thin. The Overlord would cast an edict of fire on the enemy. The parchment arrived in a slender case of engraved iron. I remember this. Written on it the words of sealed power, enough to destroy the citadel. You had a choice when to read the edict. Reading it at sunrise would offer your enemies no warning of just devastation to come. You could wait until sunset, giving time to flee or make amends. Opting to give the enemy no quarter, you recommend the first moment of dawn, granting the enemy no warning of destruction to come. Chorus insisted that the actions were doomed. Their spies, a disfavored, applauded your decision, claiming they still had spies within the citadel. The Scarlet Chorus urged you to warn the mages of the Overlord's edict. Granting their request, you met with the enemy under a blue flag of peace and warned them of doom, giving the Kara spies an enemy chance to run. I know this one because I know what's going to happen. Later on, it's going to be important. This one, plus a lot of people die that shouldn't be die. So this is what's going to happen. You confronted the mages with a warning and hoped the message was received. The hour before the sunset, numerous figures were spotted fleeing the citadel. As the sun dipped under the horizon, you read the words of the edict. The earth shook and orange light glowed in the fountain of the sprawling citadel, bubbling up under the library. A torrent of lava heaved with explosive force, gushing from the windows beneath the bricks, melting winding trenches in a surrounding land. Days later, the flames still raged on. The conflagration continually fed and renewed by the power of it. Edict. And yes, I remember this. See, I can never get any of these to be fine. Although the first one I've been able to leave it fine, and this one actually I've had the second one to this thing. The armies of Chaos left the devastation of the Velm Citadel in silence. From that day forward, the Tears came to be known as the Noble Citadel, as the Burning Library. This was an undisputed loss of resources, knowledge, culture, and life. But a message had been sent. The Overboard would not tolerate defiance. You didn't have long to rest before Teuton called you into service once more. You were one of the last to depart from the mountains, and as you journeyed off, you spotted a few campfires on the mountains. They were mere specks dwarfed by the inferno. The last grasp of survivors, or perhaps looters from Kryos' armies, bored and daring enough to peek through the ashes. Ugh, that was a lot of reading. Now, you have a choice to replay, and it'll start from the beginning, not from way from the beginning, but it starts from the conquest, and you go through the whole thing again, or you can continue and, go with what you've chosen. I'm going to continue with what I've chosen, because I can't bother going through all that again. So we're going to continue. Oh, God. That was scary. Mouse and keyboard just banged on my desk. God, that's creepy.
The year is 431, and Kairos' invasion has shattered all major opposition in the tiers. The Younger Realms, the Bastard Tier, the Free Cities. All who defied Kairos lay broken by battle, or bowed in surrender. The two armies of the Overlord, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, now control our lands. But our will is not yet extinguished. Not entirely. In the Valley of Vendrian's Well, those of us unwilling to bow to Kairos have banded together in defiance. Violating an oath of surrender from 2 years prior, we have staged a bloody uprising, murdering the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus garrison in a midnight assault. With their main forces spread across the tiers, the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus redeploy to Vendrian's Well to crush the resistance, but months pass with no definitive battle. As disagreement and discord paralyze the Archons, we bide our time and wait for our message of insurrection to spread across the tiers. The Overlord is not amused, and Kairos has one message for the Archons: crush the Oathbreakers or die. Kairos backs this threat with an edict, a magical commandment that can slay all in the valley should the order be ignored. The honor of proclaiming this edict fell to you. Sent across the mountains to Vendrian's Well, You carry the Overlord's edict to read before the Archons. As you finally make your way through the winding mountain passes into the valley, the ground trembles, and Kairos' magic seals the way behind you. You are trapped in Vendrian's Well, with Kairos' armies and the Oathbreakers. The only way to survive is to fulfill the terms of the Overlord's edict, in any way that you can.
Well, that sounds interesting. Fatebinder Roxanne, I presume. We've been expecting you. Don't really need that. Okay, let's go talk to her. Kryos, the Overlord, be praised. When I heard the avalanche, I feared the valley was sealed with you on the other side. The disfavored warrior claps her gauntlet to her breastplate. The traditional salute of her legion. I didn't really need that. I bid you welcome. Return to Vender's Well. The altitude is still dizzying, and the locals still revolting. Doubly so this time round, as they've passed on that peace accord you offered them. Enduring past is still as you remember it. I was hoping to have the warriors celebrate your return with a proper feast, but I'm told you have places to be. I'm in a hurry to deliver the message to the Archons. Claire silently. I come bearing an edict of Chorus to the soldiers. Complete the task or die. Lord 20. Can you hear that hum in the air? The glow around the rocks? The avalanche is Krauss' magic. The Overlord has sealed the valley. Your senses... It gave me experience. Your senses see more than mine, good Fatebinder. I do not pretend to know much about such things. But if Krauss' magic and you here on important business, well, you don't have to be an Archon of Secrets to guess that you're here to proclaim an edict of twisted bones. I'm in a hurry to deliver the message. I come bearing an edict. There we go. The edict is levelled against us. Her eyes widen with fear. Her posture shakens. But the Scarlet Chorus prevents us from taking actions. Why would the Overlord punish both of? She clears her throat with a sigh. Forgive me. It's not my place to question. We should have conquered the enemy within weeks of arriving into the valley. Delay reflects poorly on all of us. If we all follow Kryos and stop the insurrection, no harm will come to any of us. Glare silently. Just love that. Glare. Urgh. 2 Archons and their armies don't take a citadel they have taken before. Of course, Kryos is displeased. Substitute. Your first instinct is to blame the Scarlet Chorus. No wonder Kryos reports to an edict to enforce order. Determines the character's ability to see on through this one. Yes, well, her eyes shift to the side. There has indeed been a little goodwill between us, and you are right. When we act as we do, what choice do we give the Overlord? She takes a deep breath, nodding as she exhales. And you are right, I should not cast blame so freely, especially not when talking to a servant of justice. My apologies. Well, you've travelled a long way. I won't keep you further. I'm sure the Archon will want to hear from you at... Her voice falls silent, her attention snapping eastwards with alarm. Did you hear that? More runners! 3rd time this week, the Oathbreakers keep trying to send messages through the mountains to gather help from the outside of the valley. She points over to the collapsed path by which you arrive. But they're a bit too late for that now. Come, let's show these Oathbreakers a good fight. Okay. So, I know how to do that. Okay. Okay. That. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna both attack this. Oh, that's a snake thing. Duh. 2.
On it.
Okay, that's just that. What about this one? I don't think I have another one for that. Yeah, no.
Will do.
Hope the
Right.
sound's alright for you guys. Okay, that's one down. Let's check further along the path. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to go this way. Because down here... I'm trying to think what... It can't be tap, it was something else. Can't remember what it does. Oh, it's just going to show me. Climb down. Something over here I can get first. Hopefully. Oh, don't have enough. Right, fine. Climb back up in. Right, so we don't have enough. We'll have to climb up in whatever that was again. Alright, so let's go back and we'll have to fight. Oh, he's dropped some stuff, so I'll get that as well. I wonder what he dropped. An nope, it's basically an ingot. Right, and what's this? Protection. Okay, thank you, dude. Don't think there's anything here I can loot. Oh, here's a little. The avalanche has blocked us. Think you could fit through the rubble? Move the boulder. Screw through it. Let's move it. That worked. You gonna come help? Nope. I'll head back
Heads
to the
up.
post.
We have company. On it.
I can zoom in now. Looks like he's gonna drop some stuff. I think.
I got it.
So let's kill him as well. She's got some stuff on her. I don't know if he will, but she does. So, okay, we'll attack with him. 1, 2, and now 1.
Will do.
You can attack with 1. Yep, there we go. Takes a bit. Well, now he's down. Is he going to talk to me? Whatever. What's this? Javelin. Okay. Is there anything else I can loot? No. Right. You. Don't bother with me. Go down to the past. The soldier clutches his gut and wince. You can see a hit of entrails between his fingers. You're wounded, and it's not trivial. He laughs through clutched teeth. This but a scratch I've seen twice as 10 worse times over. He doubles over in pain, gagging and shivering. If you let me help. I said I'm fine. The soldier moans and shakes his head. Graven approaches you. Graven approaches. You go and help the others. Okay, no one's actually there, but okay. I'm gonna loot this dude. I got a mushroom. Okay. Oh! Well, that looked a bit busy. Well, you guys.
Try and catch me, worm.
A young scarlet fury, what? Fury, whizzes around the vanguard. Attackers avoiding their weapons with fluid grace. She nods and acknowledges you. A breathless enemy soldier passes a glance to her countrymen. This one's crazy, too much lead in her water. We should cut our losses and turn back.
Ha! Fate finder. You're here at last. Care to join me in putting these cowards out of their misery?
She nods to the armed soldiers bearing down on her. Save some for me. For the realm of Apex charge, the guard level their weapons and advance. Yeah, I know what the companions are like. Thank you. 1.
Come at me, grave meat.
So I should take out
I'm
this
on
one
it.
first.
You got it.
Oh, she actually has a better weapon than I do. That's interesting. I usually like them to deal with their own attack because they do better than I do. You gonna do something? Yep, there she goes.
Good work.
She's awesome. Defeat the remaining. Okay.
I can tell you didn't spend the conquest in a diplomat's tent.
The fighter surveys the fresh corpse and nods with satisfaction.
Though you did a fair amount of feasting in the second year of the conquest, as I recall. A few of my mates and I caroused with this apex scum thanks to your good faith gesture. A pity this lot won't be around to remember the good old days. I'm Verse, by the way. But there are more important things to take care of than introductions. Those Vendrian guard we killed didn't come alone.
She gestures to the skirmish unfolding in the past below, shaking her head. Finally at this camp. You fight like a storm. What's your role in the
A
army?
Scarlet Fury, one of the elite killers of our ignoble gang. You'll see more than a few of us around camp, but don't let that fool you. We're a rare breed. Most of the soldiers in the Scarlet Chorus are little more than farmers and children armed with rusted forks. Makes them easier to control. The voices of Narat called his best fighters to this siege. There must be something important about Vendrian's well, though don't ask me what. The Archon isn't in the habit of spilling secrets. My guess? The Vendrian Guard are testing our strength in battle, learning how we perform before they organize a real offensive. That or they're really, really desperate to get beyond the mountains and couldn't wait until nightfall.
Yeah, true. What are you doing here?
The voices of Narat told me to intercept you at Edgering Ruins before you busied yourself solving all of the camp's problems. Guess I was too late.
She smokes.
You're due for a meeting with the Archons, but we should handle the small matter of this ambush first.
Alright, ready if you are.
Eager. I like that. Before we go, you might search among the remains of our fallen comrades. Wherever they're bound, I doubt they'll miss their boots, much less any rings or any useful iron they might be clutching. No
Good
reason
point.
to pity the fallen. Before long, we might wish we'd joined them here. But at least we'll enjoy heavy pockets and warm toes.
That is true.
For the voices of Narat!
First, furrows her brow and focuses down to the battle to come. That is true though. But I do like to loot. We got a helm. Oh, potion of healing. Scroll, which I never use anyway, and hide, which I sell, because I don't do that sort of thing. I think that's everything. Let's look in my inventory. Let's see what we've got. Does she have everything? No. Where is the stuff? I think it's in... No, it's in the bag. This thing here. We got the spear. Is she using a spear? Where's the... Nope, she's got... Oh, she's a dual warrior. She's the same as I am. That works. We got a helmet. Do I have a helmet on? I do. Is that better? I think it is actually. Alright, we'll wear that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, so let's wear that. Oh god, that looks hilarious. Let's hide a helmet though. I don't like wearing a helmet. Let's hide that one too. You can have this helmet. What's it look like? Yeah, it just ruins the hairstyles, like seriously. I'm gonna move the potions to the hot bar. Where is she? Hang on. Okay, I've got 5 there. Let's put 10. Oh no, 6. Apparently I only had 1 there. Fine! I don't know how to, like, separate them, but anyway. Don't need the scroll, don't need that. I'm pretty sure that's everything. That's just everything, right. And she's just a dual wielder as well. I think I might go into archery at the moment. So let's go into archery and she can do the dual wielding. That way we have 2, 1 for far and 1 for close. Right, there's stairs down here. There's something down here. Oh, hang on. Something's stopping me. Eyes forward. No looking back. The guard warrior roars with his flax held high, a sword largely lost over a din of combat. You! his attention lands on you, a double take of recognition comes over the man's face. The peace binder from the wall! If you've come once again to talk peace, it seems you're too late. Drop your weapon, perhaps we can settle this without bloodshed. We knew that violating the surrender meant an end to what little mercy the goodwill Kryos' forces have or ever will show us. Now there's no turning back. He shakes his head with a frown. I know you have tried to do the right by us in the past, but now we're between us and our way. Nothing personal. Fate Binder, did you hear that correctly? Maybe misunderstand why we were here? As he signals his men to charge, a sound of chanting rises from the south, drawing his attention. Scarlet choruses, reinforcements, hurry! Hi, peoples. Run down the oath breakers! Let none escape! From a red mob of reinforcements of the south, the blood chanter emerges at the head of the rabble. The endowment crest of her staff pulsing with a crimson tone. Signals, signals, whatever, of magic and wordless moving her mouth with a blood chant scribes a series of spells into the air. A red glow surrounds the guard warrior as the chanter magic worms its way into their minds, binding them with rage. Hold positions, all of you! You there! Keep to the path! The warrior jests along the canyon trail, but his soldiers turn their attention to the scarlet chorus roaring challenges. No! Don't enrage them! We need them to run! His orders falling in deaf ears. The warrior reluctantly readies his weapon. Hello! Right. Combos. So we got your friend, enemy. Right. Don't really need that help. Alright, I'm going to get you to attack this one, and I'm going to get you to go help and attack this one.
Bleed out, you little shit!
And we're going to go with 3. Well, it's not really a heart shot since it's like it's back shot, but anyway.
On it.
Oh, I didn't look at her health. She's bad. Well, let's look at that down, sorry. Alright, let's take on this guy so I can help her out. She's low. I didn't realise she was that low on health.
Oh, damn thing couldn't pierce my
Wounded.
wall.
Yes, I know what wounded means. Take the potion. Alright, take them down. There's only one person left, but yeah. That works. Run. Come quick! We have a situation on the cliffside. They have the commander! And it'd be good if I could actually do it like a man's voice instead of having a very girly guy. But anyway. What do we got? We got some arms, it looks like. Not as good as the one I've got on apparently, because deflection, precision, and recovery. Is that it? Okay, let's go over here. I know there's a chest here. Is there a... I thought it was tab. Oh yeah, it is tab. Okay, I don't know why I wasn't looking before. Then we got a head wrap, which is going to be sold, and water. So... And several skulls bleached by the sun and picked clean by carrion birds. Spiked on a roughly hewed post. It is the only heraldry the Scarlet Chorus needs. Weapons and armor are strength harpendized around the cart. Every blade shows signs of rust and every piece of armor needs a good repair, basically. Right, let's head off this way. Got some stuff here, but we've also got the rest. Weapons and armor are stacked with neatly precision on the cart. Every spear honoured and oiled ready. Okay. Scarlet. Just failed. And then we got Sky Wrap, whatever that is. We've got some guy hiding over here. He's just coward. Coward! This torn banner bears the scratched out icon of the disfavored. The army original symbol has been lost to history, and the graven ash has never ordered a replacement referring to the blaster iron icon over all others. Okay. I don't see the difference, but anyway. Let's go talk to Cosma. What are you doing? You draw attention to me. Oh, big whoop. We got boots and a gem which I can sell. I think that's everything. Let me just go into inventory. Let's look in armor. Got boots. Are these better than what I got on? 6 uncommon. And this one is does +5 of armor, but it's not like good. You know, what about you? What do these do? Yeah, no, they're not as good. Right, let's not worry about that then. Let's hold tab so I can work out where we're going. Something up here. Which, oh, I can't go up there anyway. I've got to go do the key first. Stow your weapons, or we'll find out how long this man screams before he hits the ravine down below. Cornered between a precious drop and a band of angry soldiers, the Oathbreaker warrior holds a disfavored officer at knife point, eh? What? Skewer him, don't worry about me. Ash, oh, okay. Ash, Graven Ash will protect. This favoured officer winces, blood seeping from his seams of his braces and curse. You heard the man. He's plainly invited you to use a little blade of yours. What are you waiting for? Permission from your pimp? This blade, with a jerk of a knife, and he slices a clump of hair. If you're so eager to see your ally dead, just step closer. Release the prisoner. You might know the inside of the cell. Conquest. I'm Roxanne. My name should be known and you should be honoured one. Please give me the knife. Athletics. Lower your weapon, then charge. And wrest the knife from him. Attack. I'm going to lower the weapon. Alright. Looks like I've gained favour. Okay. The Oathbreaker cracks a smile as you lower your weapon. That's right. Now the rest of you drop those weapons. With his attention on the other warriors, you dash forward. He reaches out with his dagger to slay Dras, but your hand is ready on his wrist. With a wrench twist, you mangle his hand, dropping the dagger harmlessly onto the ground. The disfavored warriors rush forward from either side of you. Trial barely manages a strained grasp before being hacked and impaled upon, and their swords and pit spears. No, he's okay. Be praised! The Oathbreaker fought with the rage of Khan himself. Dras slides a trembling hand along the cut on his neck. Thank you, Fatebinder. I thought today was my last. From the look of it, guess they thought if they swarmed the pass, maybe one might make it out. We found a few scraps of parchment on their bodies. Dras holds a handful of a crumbled parchment for your inspection. A student of letters such as yourself should be able to make sense. I have no time for this. This should be on my way. All that training and you doesn't know how. Let's just read the thing. Repeating the same message in different written scripts, the parchment explains that the guard decides to overthrow Kairos' archons and wrote their enemies from the tiers. The pages aren't addressed to any specific reader, but rather openly invites all who remain loyal to the younger realms to gather at Venral's Well. Recruitment material. They were trying to bring traders to the fight. Well, from the look of it, we've kept them from slipping out of the valley. Whatever they hope to accomplish, I think their plan has died here. The Archon's expecting you. When you're ready to leave the gate to the south and follow the trails, I hope... But they didn't even knock down the gate. A few hours. Hope to see your camp. Leagues away. Don't miss it. But I thought... Didn't they just say they were supposed to? Unless there's another way out. Might be another way out. Oh, got the cats. Oh, we got a bracelet. We got a dagger? Guard? I don't know what that is. Two-handed. Okay, and mead as well as another scroll. Let's go up here. Tab? Okay. Let's go up here and use this thing. Athletics. we have a lot of athletics, so we're really fast. Oh,
Have
here
a
we
look
go.
here.
And we've also got a potion of invisibility, which is actually pretty cool. We'll go down. I think that's everything that we need. I think he sells stuff, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Maybe. The once pure water of the Queen Lictorious Tears has run red with blood since Kyros's forces invade. How do I get there? How do I get there? Is there a way? Is there like a... Oh, it goes over here, that's right. Now I remember. There's a gate over here. I always forget about this gate. Don't know why. Like, I actually, the first time I played this, I ran around this whole map trying to figure out where the hell I had to leave. Could not figure it out. I was running around everywhere. I went through this place back and forward, up and down, I went everywhere, and then I realised, well, actually I did this, I saw that, and then I realised there was a gate there, and I felt so stupid because I spent like an hour on it. That's very annoying. Let's climb up. And let's get this chest. Ah, dang it. Can you do this one? No. Dang it. We'll have to come back for this later when she levels up. Well, we know how to get here, so that's fine. I want to go back to the, probably go over here and talk to... I want to say this guy sells stuff. I thought he did. Aurora. That's the dude we just saved. Cosmo. That's the person we're going to talk to. I think it's a... Why aren't you both going there? Seriously. I didn't highlight both of you. That was not smart of me. I need a drink. Oh, I almost dropped my Coke. Okay, so I'll go wait for both of them. And then I'll talk to this guy. I want to keep them together. They're much easier to handle. You coming? Keep going. Just keep going. Right, let's go talk to this guy. Fatebinder, what an honor to have one of Teuton's court visit our humble holds fast. Need supplies? Bursting with energy, the merchant slams her palm down on the top of the crate. If so, you've come to the right place. We have come to the right, whatever. So, what will it be today? She spreads out a welcoming arm over her wares. Let's see what you got. Let's see. Let's go on my items. What's this? Javelin. And this is the two-handed weapon, so... let's see. Don't use these ones either. Actually, I'm gonna put that on my character. You can have that. Actually, but let's see. Keep that. Don't want that. Keep that. Don't want that. Don't want that. So that's water, apparently. That's also something I can use. Sell that. Keep that and sell that, because I don't usually use mage stuff, even with my characters. Oh, this is the edict. Can I sell the edict? Yay, we have 21. Let's see, do we have... Oh, do we have full camping supplies? Well, now we do. Because they're really good for when we camp out. We got lesser potions too. We need them. I think that's all. It looks like it. Alright. You have a solution. Trade. Trade. Oh, continue. Okay. Let's see. That's 10. What is she up to? She's got 2, so I'll put that on 10. Keep that up there. For later? I'll put that actually there now and think about it. What is that? Poison. Okay, and whatever that is. Let's go into this and see what we got. Oh, I was going to give her a bracelet. Gives her a bracelet. Give her the potion of invisibility. And I think resolves field of color crushing water. It gives you 1 resolve. Whatever. I don't know what that means. 2 armor. I'll keep that on her as well. Gives you might. Okay, I'll give that to you. Okay, so let's continue on with what we got. Oh, she wants to talk to me. Let's talk to her.
Need to talk? I suppose I can give you a moment of my time.
First crosses her arms and regards you with curiosity.
What do you need?
Are you a spy for the voices of Norat? First regards you as an with an unreadable expression. Her mismatched eyes look at each of yours in turn. Ah, I mean it doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. Fine, I want to talk about it later. Tell me about yourself.
If you insist. I'm a Scarlet Fury. That should raise some flags for you. It means that I'm good at killing, and more importantly, that I enjoy it. What I won't enjoy are the pleasures of funerary rites packed with weeping mourners. Someday I'll fall in battle, and then they'll roll me into a mass grave or heap me atop a shit-stained wagon. One more anonymous, knife-riddled piece of meat. Until then, I plan to take whatever I can from life and have a little fun along the way.
Do you ever wish you could do things over and end up somewhere else other than the Chorus's army? That's a naive question, as I've ever heard. Chorus is everywhere. If you aren't in the Overlord's army, you're being trampled by it. Of course, I could have been a labourer on a family farm. Into my maturing years, married some dolt, littering him with nursing squealing piglets. Having my body torn to pieces by smaller versions of me sounds like fun. Then one day I might decide, enough is enough, I'll slit my husband's throat over breakfast. I run over and join the chorus anyway. My way saved a lot of time. First smooths back the feathers of her hair and shakes her head with a smile. You're a killer, better to stick with the chorus. I think you could have given that life a chance. Yeah, I like the other one. At least you understand. The chorus praises and rewards the thing inside me that I would suppress in civilized company. Life is too short to repress every desire, right? Especially if you have anything to say about it. Tell me about your life. What life? As far as I'm concerned, I didn't exist before the chorus. There was some girl in a farm wearing my face and talking with my voice, but she wasn't me. Sometimes she would sneak out at night, take a scythe, and have some fun with the livestock. Our shared interests began there and ended there. When the Scarlet Chorus swept through my village on the long trek from the Barca city, that was when I finally woke up. I buried my old life, took the red vengeance on anyone who wronged me, and found my way to freedom. I could only dream was out there. What of your parents? My mother ran a successful farm, and I worked it for a number of years before I found the chorus. She was a hard, bitter woman, acted like the world owed her something. Okay. She never talked about my father, though I figured out a thing or two about him later on. He was a merchant from the Northern Empire who took a liking to her. She him. He stayed around long enough to get what he wanted. But never mind him. My mother never had what you would call taste, so he couldn't have been terribly influential to me if he did stick around. How did you get conscripted? How did I? I think you have the wrong idea about me. The chorus didn't take me as a sobbing maid. I strode into the camp and enlisted. Someone tossed me a dented blade. I lived through the initiation, spent a week butchering my neighbours, and moved on it with my new king. I didn't waste time with the goodbyes. My mother had long since died, and the rest of my family were louses the girls I used to be. Even she knew that she was worth more than all of them combined. What's the significance of your feathers? Oh, okay. Tell me about your time with the
The
thing.
Scarlet Chorus is mostly for madmen and peasants with rusty daggers, but it's also a little niche of freedom that I never had. Once I survived training and met my Scarlet Fury sisters, I saw a different side of the Howling Mob.
Tell me about your training.
For new recruits shoved to the front lines, Training means surviving the first battle. Anything beyond that is for the fighters who show potential, whether as blade dancers or arcane madmen. There's nothing in the world like getting put through the paces as a Scarlet Fury. Every day is a test of your commitment and passion. Failure means death. The first few weeks were the hardest, but also the most rewarding. I earned my name, picked up some quality weapons, and met my sisters.
You earned your name? If you think a simple farmer from the Tears would name her child first, I suggest you visit my old village. Most of them were walking around with surnames like Barrel or Fish. Not the most creative bunch. She smirks and shakes her head. The chorus takes your name away. Whoever you were before, you aren't that person anymore. Then you earn back your name through great deeds, usually murderous ones, but that's why you see choir men, whatever, walking around with their names like Skink Mouse or Face First. There's probably a good reason for it. The voices in Rat gave me my name when I was when the Scarlet Coursers runs howling into battle. He doesn't hear war, he hears a sympathy. And when I fight with the blade of the bow, he told me a music stands out louder than any else and contains... Oh, I see verse. Okay. And too many parts are easy to find. Okay, that makes sense. And when you least expect it, the Archon of Secrets can be downright charming. I don't have enough skill for that one. Tell me about your weapon skill. When I was a kid, it didn't take me long to realize I was a natural. I could pick up a rusty kitchen knife and skewer a rat across the room. The Scarlet Chorus gave me an opportunity to further educate myself. My sisters were always a bit surprised by how quickly I took to different fighting styles. She frowns for a moment, and then she shakes whatever she wanted to say.
What do you need to know?
Who are your sisters? Who were they? Would be more appropriate. Three Whisper, Red Geister, and Seeking Sheath. Best fighters I ever met. There wasn't a foe we couldn't take down together. Our fighting style competed perfectly, so we divided up the killing work like bards sharing a song. At least we used to. She presents a solemn salute. Oh, I'm guessing they died. Tell me about the Three Whispers. She was a calm and surface of a pond, and light on her feet. More than one foe tripped and fell over her blade due to the whispers. Crafty footwork, verselets out of glaze slip away as you fleet the moment of sorrow stealing her attention. Tell me about Red Geyser. Oh, Geyser. But it's no I, so it'll be Geezer. Red Geezer, maybe? I don't know. A one-woman siege breaker, she would launch herself at her foes like a battering ram. Not even the disfavored Pananax, whatever they're called, could have withstood that dumb, suicidal wrench. Karas's eyes, but she was something to behold, but slams her fist into her palm. Tell me about Seeking Sheath. That girl could pass a spear through 12 rings from afar of the battlefield. Karas helped any foes who approached her marching style file. She made a game of splitting as many soldiers as possible on the same javelin. I suppose. What happened to him? We were scouting around Venril's War. Well, I keep saying war, don't know why. During the siege, back when we were only suspected the guard, the organization was secret. My sisters and I came across a group of them, or Chorus is known. Maybe they found us. No one said anything. We drew iron and bronze. That was when everything went wrong. I was supposed to take point in a copy, whatever. A guard with a dance of blade work, something disorienting while my sisters picked their marks. I hesitated. I lost my nerve. Instead of rushing the oath-breakers, I froze with my weapon drawn. My sisters fought on without me, but they were off balance, like whatever I had was catching. They died, I lived. My sisters were relying on me to lead the dance, and I failed. Your actions were inexcusable for a fighter in your situation. It's understandable caution stayed out of your hand. Okay, you're absolutely right. If I had witnessed the same in one of my sisters, I might have even killed her for endangering the rest of us. Good thing for me that they didn't get a chance. She chuckles, but there was no humor in it. Hesitation is a rot. It's unbecoming of any chaos member, and unheard of in any Scarlet Fury. I would cut it out from my body and cauterize the wound if only I knew the source. Yeah, I know exactly what the source is. She grimaces. Once more, she turns inwards and contemplating. Any thoughts on the topic, or are we here to open wounds? Now let's go back to that.
What do you need to know?
Who are the Scarlet leaders? Well, the Voices of Narat is the leader of is the spider at the center of the web. He acts like the army belongs to him, and he only lends it to the Cryos because it suits his purpose, both of which are true. The rest are all offshots of the Voice, like the Fifth Eye. Once you get down the rank and file, the Scarlet Chorus is organized and multi-bunch of bosses who call the shots. What do you want to know? I'm pretty yeah, no. Let's ask something
What
else.
do you need to know?
Thoughts. A warren of self-enlightened children, so wound up in disillusions of honor, they're likely to hang themselves by their own high standards. I wish they had stayed in the Northern Empire where they belong. Then we could have real work done. In the tears. Yeah. What do you think of those who did fight? The Tears men can either fight or submit to the Chaos piece, and only one of those options capture my interest. I suppose I appreciate when they go down fighting. If they did otherwise, I would need to find another excuse to flay them. They need to understand whether we unify the Tears under a shared banner or at the bottom of the mass grave makes little difference to me or Kairos. You learn two things about Kairos character duel.
Fatebinder, I treat my craft like my mother treated her hagsberry pie. I don't give
Yeah, we'll talk later. So I still haven't got enough thing to them. Okay, we've done that. We'll talk to this guy. The prisoner says his name is Tarkus Demons. Dracus lets out a long sigh, tapping the gauntlet on his finger of his temple. Then I don't think this is a complicated matter. He dies. His family's been a driving force in the guard. Killing him would demise what's left of the clan. Oh. Okay. All must be given a chance to the chorus mage falls short with her eyes widened at the recognition on her face. You! I see how it is. Have you come once again to deny our right? How to expect us to fight if you are denied the right to come new blood, whatever. We let you take prisoners, but you can't control them. You send these constructs out on patrol, and they never return, defecting all over again. I can't let nonsense strategy continue. Well, I insist that this oathbreaker be taken to the Voices of Narak, leaving us an impasses fortunity, whatever. We have a fate binder here to settle the matter for us. The chanter turns to you, an expected smile creeping on her face. So, what do you say? Should become of this prisoner? Execute the oathbreaker. One chance. Surrender is enough. The chorus could be allowed to... Actually, yeah. Yeah, I know. Whatever. This is sort of nonsense that got us into the mess we're in now. If we keep showing these mongrels mercy, they'll just bite us time again. If it will calm your nerves, I assure you this one won't be put on the battlefield. The mage snaps her fingers loudly, gesturing for her gang to listen. Make sure the prisoner is taken straight to the Voices of Narat. I won't keep you here any longer, Fatebinder. I know you have important business in the valley. Duras salutes you, with his iron gauntlet rapping against his breastplate. For the glory of Kryos! bleh. The thing is, I don't even have the choice. I have to go with, like, I have to be a part of Crows type of thing. Like, I don't actually ever have a choice. Maybe I do later on, but at the moment I don't. You are. Let's go talk to you. Fatebinder, Aurora salutes your approach. We are honored by your presence. Need something? What's this tradition? Whatever. The Earthbreakers hold the citadel at the heart of the valley. The one built around the base of the spire. Aurora points to the east towards the tower of in the distance. The Matani River. I think Matani? Yeah, close enough. River has been our largest headache during the siege. It's unsafe for armored troops to fold, safe for at the key locations, and the enemy knows this as well as we do. I know we'd be a lot further along if the Scarlet Chorus used an strength in numbers. I know we'd be a lot further along if the Scarlet Chorus used its alleged strength in numbers to ford the river themselves and overwhelm the enemy. Or looks at verse with a disappointing air. As it is, we must take the valley slowly and advance the disfavored bulk, since that's where the real work gets done. Oh, dang it. Because all it takes is Dumbo to cross the river. Well, not really. Under a halo of thing disfavors will quickly. Well, actually, that's not even exactly true. See, numbers might not necessarily be of help. Because if you take numbers, you'd probably wipe out more people before you get there, and maybe, if you're lucky, one will get through. See, yeah, versus a point, there is a lack of cooperation here. Yeah. Wait, hang on. Because it takes numbers across the river of hell. Oh, I see. She's the one that actually said it. So yeah, no, it's slow, it's better. Wouldn't be so trained up to face us. And I haven't got any fear on her, but it's kind of true, which Aurora has. It's slow advantage will win. Yes, it is slow, but it is better. I thought it was Aurora that said it, but no, it's not. It's the verse that said it. But yeah, no, Aurora has a point that the slow advantage will be a lot helpful because you'll lose more people. Yeah, no, you lose more people. Hang on. Further strength numbers. So the enemy, or looks at verse with, as it is the very slow bulk through it, because it all takes numbers across. You know, slow and steady is true. A lot of people, like maybe if you had a lot of people in slow and steady, no, it still wouldn't work. See, if you go all at once, like lots of people will slowly, like all the people will die, and only like maybe one would pass. But if you do it like slow and steady, you take one group and then take another group, you have more of a chance of keeping them all alive. So I think Aurora has a point there. Without question, patience and determination will deliver these talisman into us and change. During the war, I once saw a forge-bound artisan set himself on fire. Fair enough. Hazard that was an unpleasant day for many of us, to be honest. I heard about the edict you proclaimed at the Burning Library, but thankfully it wasn't there. But I wasn't there. One fire was enough for me. Well, I kind of find it funny that a man set himself on fire, but anyway. She taps her gauntlet and her breastplate and said, It's a pleasant siege, Fatebinder. Yeah, no. I do like verse a lot better, but yeah, no, we'll go back the other way. So let's go here. The character can't level up yet, can she? No. Let's go here. What's this? Adds additional bonus to your attack. Okay, do not remember you taking that, but okay. I don't know what I think we'll continue on, I won't worry about it. Let's save the game first. And we'll continue on. So we'll head to disfavored camp. 3 hours, yeah, that's fine. It's slowly loading. Oh god, what's over here? Oh, he seems to be raving. I take that? No. Dang it. Hail, Fatebinder! The disfavored scout nods at your approach. Camp's on up ahead. Don't mind us, just clearing out the rubble. I still don't understand. What have I done to offend? I respect that these are now disfavored lands, and I'm happy to give the Legion a proper toll, but she's going on about trading rights. What nonsense is that? I'm not allowed to trade, one thing or for another. It's not like I'm selling weapons to angry peasants, or any sort of thing. You're on disfavored land, these warriors have every right to kill you. You should be more thankful that they're even listening to you speak. The Overlord regulates that all trade. If you lack proper permits, your goods are forfeit. This isn't none of my concern. I think... a trade permit? Well, how was I mean, to whom would I speak for such a thing? Not us, and not our problem. Maybe march your butt to the bastard city and plead your case before Teuton. But we'll lighten your burden and relieve you of your wares first. That should make a long trek. Okay, a bit more bearable. You're on disfavored land. These warriors have the right to kill you. You should be more... Okay. Anything to be argued before Teuton may be argued before me. You had best start making a very strong argument as to why I should help you. No, we'll go with this one. What? What's there to discuss? We should kill this mongrel and the warrior horses, placing a hand in front of a mouth. If the Fatebinder wishes to weigh in on matters, courtesy demands we listen. The soldier clears her throat, looking at you expectantly. This is disfavored matter, but I know the agents of the court do so love to throw their judgments around. Well, you could rob me now, and have my supplies today. The merchant grabs a flask from his cart, or you could leave me alive and have fermented honey for all year long. I even know a few family recipes for painkillers and healing draughts. Certainly any army will need those. He uncorks a small vial, and the aroma goes assault your nose. These are essential goods to the war effort. You should leave the supplier intact. Curious. I was just hearing about a supply caravan of going missing. Ooh. Do you take me for a fool? These regiments are rare around these parts. Are you sure you didn't steal them from the Cryos' forces? I don't. The merchant tenses up, his face flushed red. I don't know what you're getting at. Athletics picked him up at the collar. How stupid think I am. To the disfavored. I think this husband needs to lift her up. You were right to kill this liar. Slow down, I'll tell you everything, just don't hurt me. I found most everything out in the forest out of the valley. I'd keep my head low when I heard sounds of comeback, then I'd take a look and grab whatever wasn't claimed by the first of the victors. So you stole them from disfavored dead. How else did you get your hands on the iron? The scout points to the merchant's car. How would you come here and sell your... you would come here and sell us our own arguments, whatever. If anything has its owner, I will return it. But this iron would have just rusted and left out in the mud in the battlefield. The disfavored are few in number. That's not right. You need a man like me to gather up supplies that would otherwise go to waste. You may trade your wares freely, but don't lie again. And I'll have you. But if you lie again, I'll have you killed. Disfavored will tolerate your presence, but you will pay them handsomely for such charity. Leave the cart as gifts for Gravinash, then leave and never come back. You stole from the Archon. Life in here. Game favor again. Yeah, that works. Thank you, Fatebinder. I know others of your liking would glee meddle in our affairs at every opportunity. The soldier turns her attention to the merchant. I hereby reclaim these trappings of the Overlord for use by the defavored. If you want to live, take 2 steps to your left and don't move a muscle. The peddler shakes his head with a skull and steps aside, as directed, splitting towards his cart. Muffers cursed before placing his hands up in submission. This is all your fault, you dog. Whatever. Show me how to take it. Slow down. I know we're both eager to watch the Archons bicker over tactics like a pair of magpies, but I need to ask you something first. What's that? The voice of Norat told me that you've come as a meditator. Considering the source, well, I can't help but feel I'm only hearing this half the story. Let's have it out. What's so special about you? I'm here to deliver the edict. I have nothing to tell you. Why suspicious? Did the voices in her actually spy me? At a loss for words, Verse regards you with a momentary unease. Well, are you even surprised? His Archon secrets, knowing in advance, is his business. So is snatching up any advantage over Graven. Those two compete like a couple of new recruits for a spot around the fire. Nothing nervous, the voice just curious about why you're out here. If you wanted to know more, you wouldn't be able to suss it out that easily. He would have sent one of his carrier peons, whatever, in my stead. That makes a crazy kind of sense, considering how long the siege has taxed the armies. I can consider why the Chorus would send you with an edict to speed things up along. Have you read it? You know what it says? The Archons must claim the hall by Chorus's day sword, or it will finish. One more thing. The Archons to fight over. Well, thanks for cluing me in. If Kraos sends any lightning our way, just tell me when to duck. Why so suspicious? It's just a feeling I got when the Archons are together. The air gets as taut as bowstring. I can't help but think that no amount of compromise will get them seeing eye to eye. So why invite a meditator from the Turn of the Court? Doesn't echo up. Well, why do you think that it's odd? I've been with the Scarlet Horse Chorus since the early days of the Conquest, so I can say it's been building for a few years now. There's an energy about those two, like a pair of storms moving to collide. I heard that Garon and the Voices of Norwich had battle of blood in the Northern Empire, but I don't know any of that in particular. As observed, the Archons would not pass behind him. They're Mick. That's that. If the Archons cannot put my authority, will fall in line. Oh no! Go back! Quick for Amber, are we? I do not agree with you. Fine. What are the voices I told you? Only that I could find you in the ruins. Truthfully, I could have picked you out from the crowd. You're the only one of us who hasn't spent the last few months bathing in the stink of the river. She laughs, but with force in nature. Enough of this. I must meet with the Archons. I really ought to meet with the Archons. The war tents. Past the center of the camp. Oh, fear one. Dang. So, okay. One last thing. Be careful around his favored type. They take their words seriously, and most have suffered too many blows to the head. Alright, let's see if I can talk to you.
At your service, Fatebinder. What do you need? That would be an understatement, and I thought you'd never ask. Since you're obviously at a huge disadvantage, I'll let you pick our weapon of choice.
Let's try with dealing
Exotic. Good choice. I'll leave you to guess which one is my dominant hand.
Yay! Best slash. and pairs with unrestrained fierce. At times, it becomes difficult to follow her movements. After taking more than a few cuts, you learn to relax your eyes and better follow the subtle motion of her dance.
You held your own. Call me impressed. Need anything else, or did I tire you out? Yeah, if you insist. Until
Okay.
then, I plan to take whatever I can from life, and...
Okay, I'm trying to think where is our... My mother kept a messenger bird, Whittlebeak. He was an angry old bastard, spoiled from living in the high life, squawked in my window every single night, pecked my fingers while I fed him only the fattest, juiciest mites. When I left the farm and joined the Scarlet Chorus, I wrung that ungrateful little like a dish rag, plucked his feathers, and gave his carcass to the mice. It felt like justice. She slides a crimson feather from her hair and spins it on her fingers. I also like how the feather catches the breeze, helps me balance, especially when moving fast. She slips the feather along the others and smooths it back. Okay, no. I'm trying to think. There was another one.
The Scarlet Chorus is mostly for...
Noticed that, did you? It's a matter that I'm not used to discussing, mostly because I don't know how. I mentioned before that I'm good at picking up different weapons and fighting techniques. The truth is, I'm better than good. I could flay a man so cleanly that I'd leave a single strip of skin behind. He wouldn't even need to be tied down. That was the first thing I discovered about myself after joining the Scarlet Chorus. The voices of Narat recognized it in me as well, which is why he singled me out for the Scarlet Fury training. Have you tried flying? Let's just say that when we ran out of carvings for pitching tents, the fifth eye handed me a knife and pointed me to a prison pen. She winks. My sisters were masters of their fighting forms, but since they died, my style has changed almost like I can kill as they did. I could pick up a bow, a lance, anything, really. I could tear someone into pieces like a weapon and watch weapon that only I watch my sisters use. I don't know what it could mean, and it worries me.
What do you need to know? Do you now? You already know that I memorized the moves of my Scarlet Fury sisters. If it seems like a total mystery to me, I don't know how you could have arrived at any conclusions, but I'm open to ideas.
Did you take your fighting moves or memories of the fighting moves reminds of anyone else?
If you want to split hairs over it, you could argue that I took their instincts, their reactions, but I failed to see... Wait. Are you trying to compare me to the voices of Narat?
First glares.
The voices of Narat is a monster. We both know that Tyranny has never seen a creature more despicable than him. Never mind that he's kind of my boss.
Think about it. Think about it. He absorbs minds of his victims.
Well, I don't want to fucking think about it. Didn't you consider for a second that the thought had occurred to me already? I've traveled with the chorus for years. I've seen what the voices can do, and it scares me, all right? The idea that everything I am could be reduced to that. If I had that kind of power, if I could become like him, I don't know how I could live with myself. I'd rather drown myself in a camp latrine.
Why such an aversion?
Because the voices isn't... I mean, can you even call him human anymore? Everything I am has led me to this point. I joined the chorus, fought to survive, grew stronger than I am. I never needed to steal anything that made me, me. I don't want to be better by being someone else. The Voices is stronger than anyone and terrifying enough to lead the chorus, but he's also an overgrown parasite. And someday he'll stuff himself so full of voices that he'll burst.
You don't have to become like him, just be selective.
I'm sure he had the same idea when he got started. But you know what they say about power? It's usually wielded by assholes. My sisters died. Oh, you should have seen us. We were amazing together. I didn't mean to take away what made them special, but I did it all the same. And let me tell you, it felt terrible. If I lived a century, I might never figure out how to make that happen again. And more importantly, I don't want to.
Okay. Well, that's over and done with. Is there anything we can tab? Only that, but we can't get that yet.
Right.
Alright, let's go up this way and see what's up here. Don't think there's anything up here. You know, hey, look! There's a deer! I'm pretty sure there's nothing this way either. I'm gonna talk to this guy, but... Who do we have here? Step closer and present yourself. Yeah, I will. What's this? The wood used for these parapets is pristine and fine cut. These walls have yet seen any battle. And that's just another way. Let's go forward. Let's talk to Stone Shield. Well, look at you. Our gatecrasher from the court is still in one piece. The guard pounds his chest and plates a salute. Welcome to this favoured camp. Always happy and honoured to pay us a visit. I'm sorry, but with the helmet it's hard to tell your face. Salute. Protects. That he does. The warrior nods in approval, then taps twice to open the gate signal. You're right, or signal you're oh. Be well, Fate Finder. Glory to Cryos. I know that when you talk to him first, he asks us who you are, and you get like abused by him, and then this guy comes out and goes blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. I should have talked to him first, but I couldn't tell. I just got them mixed up. The table is lined with various medicines, herbs. It would appear that they have been carefully rationed. The cart is bursting with fresh food and useful goods. And we've got arms. Actually, they're better than what I got on. So I'll put them on. Oh no, compare. I don't want to compare, I want to put it on. What about you? Is this better than what you got on? No. Okay. Right, who the hell are you? Rana. Got no time to chit-chat, too much armor to mend. Speak to Uncle to trained. Okay, you Uncle? Yes, you are. Hail to you, guardian of the law. The man dressed in merchant finery greets you with a smile. If you have few excess rings weighing you down, best unburden yourself before battle. I have no idea what any of them are, so... Oh, I see, when you... If you picked any of them, you could do something. Okay, let's just see your wares. Okay. Let's see. You can have that. I think that's everything. Let's check your potions. Get lesser potion. And that's about it. So let's grab the lesser potions. Because I know later on we're going to definitely need it. Nothing in there. Camp supplies, but we already got them. Javelin, spear. Yeah, no. Okay. There we go. Got more potions. We will need them in the future. So, that's something that we're going to definitely need in the future is all the potions. Because at the moment, we'd probably be like, way more. We'll probably like use like one maybe each battle, but I do know it gets really difficult at some stages, so. These arrows were fletched with precision and care. I think that's everyone. Okay, let's go talk to Buck. Okay, not going to talk to me. Fine then. Who is this? Stone Shield. Can I talk to you? Nope. Let's take this then. What a bow. Ooh, it's better than what I got now. Let's use the weapon. Because that's actually better than what I got now. What else we got? Just got scribbled out. Anything else we can take? Anyone else I can talk to? No, it's just... Let's just cheese, food. Okay, let's go up here. Oh, still can't accept... Really? That's unfair. Okay, so we'll talk to this guy. So the ones with names. Curses... Ice Storm, whatever his name is, curses the air, has a blade of thin iron, breaks in half beneath his hammer. Repairing weapons with this scrap it isn't exactly why I got into this craft, but our supplies are spent. He wipes the sweat from his brow and gets a better look at you. Why not forge bronze? Bronze? We'll do in a pinch. But don't get me wrong, it takes a great beating and get bent back into shape. Unlike this stubborn iron we have here. He glances at the pile of his works with dread. And we always have plenty of tin and copper lying around, so supplies aren't the problem. It's a rare smith who can churn out military-grade bronze constantly. More often than not, it comes out soft. Look around the camp. We're garbing the Legion head to toe in iron, because it's cheaper and easier to produce for the masses. Couldn't do that with bronze. They call it disfavored the Iron Legion for a reason. Strategy and skill may be our backbone, but our claws are made of iron, the good stuff that comes from the smiths in Leathen's Crossing. You mentioned an iron storage? Might use a forge your own. I'm afraid so. The last shipment sent down to the Mentini went missing near Echo Call Crossing, and I'm afraid we won't be seen anymore now the valley is sealed. Forge-bound iron is Teuton's responsibility. Why is this the first I'm hearing of it? Keep your voice down! He flinches and lowers his own. Graven Ash doesn't want to cause panic across the masses, and information on to the guard. Best case scenario, the iron trampled off the boat and is rusting in the river. Worst case, it ended up in enemies' hands. If I find it, if I find it, I'll keep an eye out. Count me in. I appreciate that. As a great general, more than you might guess. Maybe he isn't quick to offer his thanks to outsiders, but I know he will be grateful for your help. It would be a boon to the war effort if our iron was recovered. I'm here to help, even if that means cleaning up the Archon's messes. It's alright. Yep, okay dude. I'll go do... What do you got for wares? Nothing, okay. Bye dude. Didn't mean to do Raph, but... Seriously. It's a cage. It's a cage. Let's see, who's this dude? That's that dude with selling things. Up there, we gotta go through. Oh look, there's a thing there. Walker, Marcus, and Lucia. Bit of Gip. Is that locked? Oh, but I can unlock that one. Haha. We'll talk about that one in a minute. I just want to unlock this. We got a weapon and a scroll.
You learn something every day.
Let's talk to Bitter. Glory to the voices of Narat, projecting his salute for all to hear. The grin, bloody chanter raps his staff against the ground as you approach. Fate binder Roxanne, I presume. He smiles, quickly repeats, giving way to a sour growl. I'm Bitter Quip. I'm here as this ambassador of the Scarlet Chorus. Bitter Quip looks at you impatiently. What's it like working with this favored? He scoffs, looking away from you for a moment before sniffing and returning to his attention to you. Reporting to the Iron Hag is an insult. She fought the duel for her title. 1. Her leadership must be continuously proven, earned and defended. Weakness should be bled to the bottom of the army, not rise to the top. My assignment here is also an insult, but one will bear for good of the chorus. But Quip sniffs the air, smiling with the side of his mouth. If only to see with my own eyes the failure of the favoured, that one will be fine one day. What can you tell me about this chorus? Okay, it tells me a lot about the chorus, so goodbye, dude. We'll go in there in a minute. Let's go talk to Marcus and Lucia. I'm pretty sure they gave me something to do. I'm Lucia, and this is Marcus. The disfavored soldier points to the armored man next to her. And you must be the fate binder! From under her helm, you hear a scoff. We've been assigned to babies. Assigned to your hospitality, Marcus quickly injects. Well, you remain on disfavored ground. If you should need a place to rest, we can make it necessary preparations. What can we do for you, Hunter? Is there any sport around Apex, or do you find your own yourselves? If you're referring to the game, the chorus hunted of many of our animals to obscurity on the first wave to the conquest. Most of the meat we have to spare is salted and perhaps more importantly northern. I don't trust southerners to keep their livestock nourished. The few animals we keep in pens or pits are much for the higher officers. I'm sure you're entitled to hunch of something or other. I'd love to watch you eat it just to remember the taste of the fresh meat. What do you got to train? Fate Binder of Salutes. What have you got to train? One-handed, two-handed, and parry. And what does she have to? What's your training? Your is throwing, weapon, dodge, and athletics. Go with athletics. Will be a bit important. Yeah, thanks. And grab that. That's green. Okay, and then let's go to sleep. Yes, let's rest because she needs rest, and we're gonna end up having to travel later. So, oh, I can level up. Hey. Right. Yes, I know how to do that. Right. I think I wanted to go up in. It was, where is it? Subterfuge. So this is it. Yeah, no, this is the one I need to go up in. Because it goes up in stuff. That one, isn't it? Yeah. It goes up 2, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it does. Right. Save. So, now I've gone up in that. Makes things a bit better. I think that's everything. Let's go talk to the guys here.
Curious.
Curious. Okay, this is gonna be a fun conversation.
That's 4 reports of avalanches in the mountains now. The Tearsmen can barely count past 9. They have neither the capacity nor the cause to close off the mountain passes. Either way, that leaves the 2nd and 4th cohort trapped outside the valley.
The Archon of War pounds his staff on the ground to shoot his words, a large and imposing man to begin with. His profile is made larger still by his hulking suit of armor that hums with mystic energy.
Or it's the work of your perfidious Earthshakers. Only a fool would not suspect a traitorous Archon of poisoning the mind of his students with sedition. We would have killed the Earthshakers Guild for their master's treachery, but I'm sure you have some perfectly valid reason for allowing them to live as your pawns.
The Archon of Secret passes the scepter between his hands as he speaks, twirling the rod in hypnotic circles. Emerald illuminances sweep from the seams of the Archon's ragged red robes. The glow of the most noticeable where his necks ought to be. His marks seem to float and spin whenever, bending naturally.
Hey, watch yourself. When these two get going, you don't want to get between them.
Verse whispers.
I always know you've run out of things to say when you resort to mocking my vassals. If we are to speak of treachery, why is it that my scouts see the Scarlet Chorus warriors defecting back to the Vendrian Guard? Your fearsome reputation has gone flaccid, for it seems you cannot control your soldiers, or perhaps you simply choose not to.
My lords, the Fate Binder has arrived. The fairy commander raises her voice, trying with little success to speak over the Archon. Perhaps we could table this discussion and let our guest speak?
Speaking of strategic failures, who was it that insisted the valley would need only a token garrison? For some strange reason, we can't seem to recall which balding halfwit grossly underestimated the enemy. Thoughts?
The Archon twirls a scepter in twisting loop, his leather-wrapped hands flipping the heavy rod. Are you about done? They bicker like children, do they not? The fifth eye, granting tender pierces the tension intent. All eyes land on the crimson spear. I meant only to say welcome. Welcome to our guest, the Fate Binder. The armored retainer bows with rusted intelligence, then rises to salute. And not a moment too soon.
Did I give you permission to speak?
The Archon of War turns to you, his blue eyes wide with anger. The many portions have been Despite blah blah, I apologize for the sudden entrance, but I've traveled a long way here.
Ah, the fire starter has arrived. Welcome, welcome. Our agents tell us such lovely stories of what you did at the Vellum Citadel. Have you come bearing another fragment of Kairos' wrath in tow?
My soldiers tell me you helped Commander Drotus on your way through Eddring. You honor the court with your selfless cooperation, for that is the sort of camaraderie that Kairos demands of us all.
On the last of his words, Archon of War glances to the voices in the rat, frown in his brow, uttering the words of whatever he said that was. I require no thanks for my sworn duty. I bearing.
For the second time, Brother Tunon selects you for the glory of proclamation. You should be honored. Tell us, what has the Overlord decided to unleash upon the Oathbreakers?
The Overlord loyal servants must hold by Chaos's Day of Swords, or all in the Valleyship Parish. It seems that we need encouragement to work together. We'll end our lives. The earth sways with each word you utter. The air thickens with the warmth as you pronounce the tears praise. Okay. With the edict proclaimed, your pulse thickens and the muscle in your legs, worn from the long trip down the mountains, feel renewed. The tired limbs now nearly buoyant with vigor.
The Overlord means to compel us into action. No doubt the avalanches in the mountains are part of this ultimatum. We must conquer the Oathbreakers or die in failure. There is no room for error, and no other way out of this valley alive. We'll need to advance across the Mitanni. We lose everything if we stand still. And we move to backup Plan Green. The Earthshakers didn't make it over the mountain in time. So we do this the hard way. Over the walls instead of through.
The Archon of War taps a finger against his temple. A low rumble escapes from under his beard.
So you found your backbone at last! Oh, we were worried past humiliations would make you soft, timid. That was a record for you, right? The baker's dozen lost in one sortie. If you had waited for the chorus reinforcements, maybe we'd have eyes and ears on the matter.
The Archon of Secret passes his scepter from one hand to the next, chuckling softly with each toss. They call you the Archon of Secrets, but you certainly don't seem to know remotely anything useful. That sounds mean. Are you two draft? It is your indicious and bickering that necessitated this edict. Bickering all you wear, you're just wasting valuable time. We're going to work together or we're doomed.
I second the Fatebinder. Thought you had the memories of one of those Oathbreakers rattling about that bronze gourd of yours. Would Kairos' mighty spy master please enlighten this gathering of allies with some scrap of strategic insight?
Okay.
Our river was to be the bulwark, but with the Tidecasters slain, what hope remains? It's so cold in here. Help me, please.
What? The Archon turns his head far to the side until the previous face on his mask looks forward. What?
Our sources tell us the Oathbreakers had some sort of magical trick in store. But this knowledge is tinged with fear, trepidation. If we make a move for the Mitanni, we suspect the Oathbreakers will mount a counterattack that is equal parts valiant and futile. Good ear, young Fatebinder. When the Vendrian guards surrendered, Mitanni Yanev had the audacity to demand an audience. Being the gracious Archon we are, we obliged. What the good captain knew, we now know.
Then enough talking, there's work to be done. Our lives hang in the balance because you two bickering like children. Now go solve the problem you started. No more sitting idle. I expect the Divider to be marched at once. Voices in my I trust you are done acting like a clown now. Let's talk and we have work to be done. My lord, Burke and his band have been drilled on the Echo Call assault plan. Their ascent Consent, whatever runners should be briefing him as we speak regarding the latest enemy movements along the river. I'll dispatch him at once. Slaps the gauntlet and breastplate, blah blah blah. Yes, that's so. And I will ensure the chorus stands ready to march if the disfavored can take the river. The chorus has the manpower to secure the valley. Yep.
Our soldiers clamor for battle, and at last we shall have it. Verse, we command you to continue guarding the Fatebinder. Tunon's chosen is our honored guest, and must be shown our finest hospitality.
I won't let you down, boss. She'll get through the campaign in one piece, as long as she doesn't do anything too stupid.
Before we go, you are owed payment, Firestarter. Our spies at the Vellum Citadel were nearly cut down by the disfavored. They have you to thank for their lives. Here is a taste of our gratitude.
The Archon of Secrets tosses a small handful of rings your way. As he begins to leave, he taps the fifth eye on the shoulder, and with one last twirl of his scepter, the Archon departs with his underling. Catch the rings, let the ring fall to the ground. I don't take bribes. I don't take bribes.
Bribery? But we paid you after you helped us. You law pups are so hard to figure out sometimes.
Not about even on that one. That one is more in a favour.
Finally, the fool and his puppet are gone. Perhaps now I can hear myself think. Rarely do I question Kairos' judgment, but I will never understand why the voices of Narot is given such authority. I shudder to think what will become of us all should Tunon favor him in the end. Though the edict threatens the Scarlet Chorus just as it threatens us, I cannot shake the feeling that our allies will work against us. You've shown your worth in war, and your name has been known to the Legion since the very beginning of this long conquest. So I'd ask that you join us this one last time, to help us wrap up this last objective. If you wish to be counted amongst the glorious, speak with the Iron Marshal. She will direct the order of battle until we are ready for the final push into the Citadel.
I'm short a few scouts, short a few soldiers, short a few to everything. I'm sure my brethren will be grateful for your assistance for the skilled outsider. I've been wanting to help, and what of the Scarlet, how will they be helping? I'll be able to help. The Iron Marshal salutes, then turns to leave the tent. I will be in the training grounds ready the soldiers. Find me when you're ready. She pauses, clearing her throat. And though I'm loath to mention it, the what is it called? Something chorus? Yeah, the chorus can likely use your assistance. They certainly won't secure an outer valley in their own. Fifth Eye will be somewhere in the rat's nest they call camp, due east. Seek him out if you must. Oh yeah, let's leave. So where are we headed now? Speak to the Fifth Eye at the Scarlet Camp. Is that where we're heading first, or are we heading, Oh yeah, no, here's another one. Speak with the Iron. Right, let's speak to you, the Iron. Nope. Where's the Iron? Hello? You need to speak to someone? Are you the Iron? Yep, talk to you. Don't just coddle the impact. Push back with your shield. Take the monument. What's this? Oh, just the... Oh, yeah. I've got a countdown. Iron Marshal Eranon, field commander of the disfavored, pounds her fist in the air as she calls out to the warriors on the training field. I said, eyes on the opponent's waistline. If you spend more than glancing, checking his footwork, you've lost. Fatebinder, welcome to our camp. The disfavored officer nods at your approach. A shame you are here to solve another disagreement between what should be allies. Though I trust you once again judge the favour of the hardest working and the most courageous. It was mentioned you were short on warriors and needed help in the situation. I have brigades assembling along the Palisade, Ecole, and Toothless Crossing. The guard may be able to hold one bridge, but they cannot hold against a concerned three-pronged attack. I have no right to give you orders, but her words falter in short cough, breaking her flow. But we all die to the edict if we do fail. I'm not about to let my pride blind me to the value of good help. I will assist. This is the second major attack on the river, correct? What happened to the last one? I will assist. Then our plan just might work. The armed marshal lifts her gauntlet close to her face, shifts her eyes from you into the metal articulations, whatever. We are loath to work with those who do not share our training and our values, but we owe that to Teuton. I can never say his name. The educator selects only the most capable minds for his court, and I trust you will honor all of us on the field. Anton, whatever his name, Anton, whatever, will be leading the charge at crossing. Assisting you will be Barik of the stone shields. She points heavy armor soldier standing sentry at the edge of the training field. Before you ask, no, the forge bound weren't sloshed on dappled seed when they fitted his armor. He survived the full force of the Edict of the Storms, and his armor doesn't exactly come off. Technically, it's brilliant, but otherwise, it's something of a curse. Tapping the helmet twice signals the Hulk in presence. Barik, come meet the Fatebinder. The soldier that steps up to you resembles an... Oh, because he can't take it off. Agglutination of rusted blades and mismatched pieces of armor fused into a vaguely human shape. He reeks of sweat, feces, and whatever oil treatment keeps him flexible.
Fatebinder, the Iron Marshal has tasked me with keeping you alive, and I have no intention of disappointing her. That should be enough assurance for anyone.
An honor.
Likewise, good Binder.
The soldier heaves a heavy iron arm into a salute, his whole body changing as he wraps his gauntlets against the twisted sheets of the metal that forms his breastplate.
Barik, is that you under there? I had no idea you were in Vendrian's well. Fatebinder, do you know this walking anchor? No. Oh, that is to say, yes. I'm already as familiar with this ironclad halfwit as I care to be.
She regards Barkin with mixed look.
We don't have time to trade jabs today, Verse. After the siege, you can throw as many tantrums as you please. I suggest that we remain focused on the mission.
No offense to the mission, but seeing you looking like a garbage heap and reeking of a mass grave is more amusing by far. Did you forget how to don your armor, or did Grave and Ash leave you out in the rain?
Barik sighs a frustration growl, shaking his iron. I don't believe. I know him as well. As I knew anyone during the conquest.
That can change. When the Tears are fully under our command, I'll take you to whatever passes for a watering hole in this forsaken country. We'll drink the local swill to honor the fallen.
Forget the fallen. I know a great brothel in Lethian's Crossing where we can watch something rise, then fall, then rise again.
The Fatebinder will be joining us for the push across the river. I figured an extra hand might help, and more importantly, if my worries come true and the chorus tries to whatever it is, what? The mission, we will have another observer from the court on our side.
Better to work with the Honorable Binder than some chorus children.
He nods to you in armor creaking as he bends his neck. I asked that Barik accompany you there to be cooperation between his company and the Scarlet Colors. Yeah, okay. Barik, you've been without a cohort since the last battle of Stalwart. It's time we gave you more of a task worthy of hauling wagons and leading training drills. She plants her hands on her hips and speaks in clipped official terms. Aish has assigned you Fatebinder's service. You're to assume this task is ongoing until we find a more permanent spot for you, which could very well mean the swifty approach of the end of the war. Or when the Fatebinder dismisses you, is that understood? Barak regards the Iron Marshal in oppressive silence. That's an order, Barak. She shakes her head and sighs, returning her focus to you. He can be stubborn as pulling a spire out of the earth, but he's a good soldier. I hope you don't mind him the company. I don't mind, but I'll allow. I do mind, but I'll allow it anyway. If only I could. If only so I can put large objects between myself and the enemy. I'm honoured. Excellent. I look forward to. I don't want to, but I need someone to be a shield. Meet shield. Okay, now I'm gonna meet someone at the crossing, or I can head off to the what's that? Or go to the thing. That's pretty funny though. Oh, that was fun. Okay, he was the one. I think I want him to go up in probably this one, maybe. Oh, I know what it is. Is it this one? Yeah. Thought so. Challenging enemies to issues a mocking invitation, challenging enemies to take back. Okay. Or arc or blade. Engaging attack. Fierce. I'm thinking probably I want to do training run actually. Although this one's pretty good. At the end it says Shield of Suffering. Heals nearby ally. Okay, we'll go this one then. Yep, okay, what do you got? Do you have a thing? No. Okay, what about you? Yeah, you have a lot. Leadership. I can't do leadership. We got power, range, magic, defense, power. Can't do leadership yet though, apparently. Need to be level 3. Shield mastery, stay fort. Shield slam. Well, I'm not really a defensive type. Power, sweep, cone, attack. It's multiple. Adds armor penetration to the thrust ability. Increases its accuracy. Palm strike defense. That'd be like a. Right, no. Probably this one, I think. Safe distance. Gain the bonus accuracy when attacking targets that are further than 5 minutes away. Adds armor penetration. As well as throwing weapons. That'll be interesting. Poison dart. Enemy, if it hits the target, receives a long-lasting poison effect. I think I might go with this one. Rightio. That's everyone. What about this? We got this, which is Vendrill's War, but I've also got to go. Okay, it's crossing. And speak to the fifth eye at the Scarlet Chorus camp. We go to the camp first, I think. If it's on the way. Wrath. Verse is nearly maxed. Burke is not even 1. Oh, a bit more on that one. He is about even 2. Okay, it's favourite, I think. Seems I'm more on the good favour than I am on a bad favour, so that's pretty good so far. Can't do anything about this one yet. I've got no Sibyls. Symbols? Sibyls. Got no Sibyls. Right, let's grab all the M3 and we'll head off. Does she want to talk to me? She wants to talk to me. How did you do that? Verse looks at you with a whatever that thing expression. Who you want? Back at the Archon's war tent, you cast an edict as casual as reading a supply shipment. How did you do that? Well, I've done it before. You cast the edict fire on the citadel. I heard about that. How Kairos' anger raised a volcano from a siege from her own fortress, that was some impressive provoke. That was me, alright. Well, call me impressed considering that you've read the words of Kairos more than once. I'm surprised that you're even alive to tell it. Your vocal cords should have turned to ash by now. I'm not trying to make you feel uncomfortable, it's just worth recognizing that you've done. Not only are you Teuton's Fatebinder, but you're the mouthpiece of the Overlord. Gives me plenty of reason to stick around. You're going places and I want to see where they lead. If you say so, but I have a question for you.
What do you need?
I'm pretty sure that's everything, so... Our travels.
What did you have in mind?
What do you think about present circumstances? Well, there's an edict hanging over our heads as far as I'm concerned. The incompetence of the Slaver got us into this mess, and it will take the fury of the Scarlet Horus to get us out of it. In other words, nothing changes. What do you think about travelling companions? Anyone in particular? Barrack. Well, he's well. I give him some due credit. He's more complicated than he looks. He's still an intolerant and unapologetic bastard, but that's more his business than mine.
Go ahead, Fatebinder.
No, we'll talk again. Okay, now let's head off and head to wherever's next. We've got 8 days. Oh, this so cannot end well. Oh well. Why are you not running? Dude, go here. Go here.
I'll do it for the North.
Leave. Go here. Why can't I leave? Oh, there it goes. Ooh, that was weird. So we'll go to the Scarlet Camp first, and then we'll go to the crossing, because it seems to, otherwise we're just going to go past it. Ah, really? Fine, I'll deal with them. This is gonna end well. Oh wait, I know what happens here. That's right. It's this girl, the witch.
That's far enough, Fatebinder.
A woman's voice booms from the top of a nearby outcropping. Flashes of acromine body paint peeked out from under the loose-fitting traveler's garb, and her outfit is festooned with braids and knots of a sailor line. The flanked on either side by a warrior dressed in guard regalia. The woman leans on a bladed staff pulsing with arcane energy. The swathe of blue fabric rests draped over her arm.
I owe you an apology, Peacebinder, for we have dishonored the surrender that you offered us in our year of defeat. I cannot excuse or defend our action. I leave that to history. But all the same, I am deeply indebted to you for treating my tearsmen with charity and humanity, even in this time of madness. In accordance with ancient customs north and south, I offer and request a delay of blade. There are matters we must discuss without fear of reprisal.
The woman bows deeply, lowering her head and practical displays of unity. The warriors by her remain steadily stanced, their nerve clearly on edge. In accordance with ancient customs north, I abide by truth.
As is our custom, we are ready to kill to defend our lands, but we kill only in fair battle. We don't slay our prisoners. We know this isn't Kairos' way, but we must have hope. A few of my kin have gone missing, and though they may have perished, I have to inquire on the off chance they still live. If Captain Tarkus Deimos still lives, we would negotiate for his release.
The Tarkus is now with the Cross now.
Then if we see him again, it will have to be as enemies.
She looks at her warriors either side of her and shaking her head.
If I may make one more inquiry, what of Palox Tyrell? Did he survive?
Another dead by the Earthbreaker. Whomever you will ask about next, I assure you nothing can be done.
My apologies, Fatebinder. I had a terrible feeling this errand was in vain from the start. I had no expectations that our friends could be saved, as I'm sure the time for swapping prisoners is long gone. But at least I know of what became of them. That'll have to be enough.
I'm sorry you did not find what you were seeking.
Then all that remains is for me to thank you for hearing me out. In accordance with our ancient customs north and south, let us part with peaceful accord.
She bows, Curdy, never letting her eyes leave yours before turning to leave. A moment later, the guards turn to follow. Actually, technically the guard left before she did. Sorry, but the guards left before you did. And how do I leave this place? Oh, I can just go up top. Okay, we'll keep going up top then. Okay, let's continue to the camp. We need to keep as much as we can with the time, because otherwise we might end up having to do that. So, I don't know, I've never really completed it, so I don't really know. Well, that looks fun over here. I gotta say, but that looks fun. Let's go see what's going on over there. Hey, what's going on over here? Take another step and your foot's in the dirt. It proves everything. The warrior slams her fists together in a responding clap like, for instance, whether you're fit to lead that flock of children. Behind her, members of the gang, members of her gang posture with weapons held ready. Did you not hear the news of the edict? This is foolish distraction. We ought to be saving our fight for the enemy. The chorus warrior looks to his gang, giving them a quick nod. I'll take it soon. Well, until the fifth eye starts the mustering chant, we ain't got nowhere to be. She gestures to the gang across it from her. Now's our chance to have it before things get serious. What's the problem here? No problem here, Madame Binder. She tosses her blade in the air, catching it with a smile on the way down. Captain here seems... The captain here seems he's about to balk from this challenge. Thinks just because he can run a ship, he's qualified to run a gang. She spits on the ground, looking up with a scowl. So now I'm calling him out, because the way I see it, he's a warrior, ought to follow me, not this new blood. Captain was my father. Will do just fine. The warrior points... I love how his name is that. The warrior points at the opposing gang. If we have to prove our strength, we'll do so happily, but I'll have your hands and feet removed and the rest of you kept for my own use. This is foolish, but if you stop at once, I'll let you fight this out. Solemn nod. Come, who of you will be first to meet my blade? The gang leader tosses a knife from one hand to the next. Well, that got on pretty quick. Yeah, real quick. Have a boots which I want. Potion, and a book. A red spiral is carved upon the wooden cover of this papyrus notebook. The handwriting within is haphazard and inscribable. The work of an unpractical, poor-trained word-caster. A few entries contain recognizable sentences. The book appears to be a journal of the Scarlet Chorus Commander, detailing troop movements. Times and locations are noted alongside numbers of pictures of trees, stick figures, and rocks. The author didn't know the words for lumber and people, or just felt like more comfortable with pictures than words. While much of the journal is inscribable, the corner of every page has the day's head count for the author's brigade, while some days note dozens of losses. The brigade appears to be recruiting far faster than its members are dying or deserting. Well, that sounded fun. Yeah, it sucked to be him because he can't change his armor because he's like a part of it. That would suck because you won't be able to pee really. We go to the toilet mainly. That's so just no. I don't want to pee. I need to forget. No, there we go. Yeah, no, no, I could not do that. What weapon do you have? Is that better than what you got? These actually better than what you got. Okay, so you can have that one. I know it's double-handed, but we've already got a two-handed here, so we might as well stick with what we got. Okay, I got that. He's got two. Really? You've only got two? That's bad. Give me that M7. And we'll go down to him and give him this. So unfortunately I have to keep him alive. So. Okay, now that we've done that, I think that's everything done and dusted. Rotting body pierce in the score. Okay. What's over there? Let's go do this hand thingy over here. Oh, him. The guard places her hands by her belt as you approach, gripping the hilt of your blade. Past this point is the Karas's territory, and you don't look like someone's conscript. You sure you're in the right place? I'm always in the right place. The guard tenses up, locks her eyes on you. That walking hold of Ras, what's he? She may be it doing here. He's an ally warrior and my guard. Don't want to make an issue of this. Okay, sorry. That one. Before she can draw her blade, you advance, place your foot behind hers, and give her a shove on the shoulder, a quarter off balance, and trembles backwards, triggering an outburst of laughter in the other guards. I can't believe you sassed the Fatebinder. You're such a stupid pounce. Didn't I tell you we had a special guest coming? The guard waves you with... Oh, this is the group that attacks me. I remember now. The guard waves at you in with a smile. Come on in. And don't let the ninny shitter... I'm not gonna say that. Let the ninny in our camp give you any guff. They all laughed at her. Let's go over here. There's a lot of swear words in this game. Oh, I can't. It's a lot. 32. Dang. There's something over here, apparently. Who do I talk to? You? Or you? You. You! As much as a question, the broad-shouldered woman shakes her head with a scowl. So you're Tutun's Fatebinder. I was expecting someone more impressive. She bows in spite of her misgivings. Death kneel. Scarlet Fury, my time is yours as long as it amuses me. The fighter effortlessly spins the bronze sword in her hand. Let's get one thing clear. Stick to your words and law. Leave the fighting to the grown adults. Your cops would just be tripping hazard. To those of us who have a bit more carnage support. We've got enough useless twats dying for our name. As it is, all horde or recruits seem good for of late. Is piling in reeking mound of battleship. She hums low to herself and flips the sword to side with a drift flick of her wrist. Keeps up and will be given tougher recruitment standards again. What do you need? Horde thieving? Swelling, yeah, okay, and what might that be? How exactly do you plan on convincing them? Blah blah. Whatever. Okay. That was a really annoying person. Let's go talk to this person over here. Oh, this is the fifth eye. Ha! Blindness. Ha! The binder of Tutron arrives. Squealing with... Wait, what? The fight binder of Tutron arrives! Squealing with a teenager's... The fifth-eyed voice makes your gum itch. Your fingernails... Oh, so he has a really high pitch voice. Fingernails feel like in need of a trim. And just when we finished having a bit of sport with some captives, but don't worry, we'll have some fun with another bunch momentarily. You sound so happy. Dressed with a bronze red regalia, the crimson spear of the fifth eye beckons you to stand close, wagging a blood-splattered glove. Now that you have issued this edict, we are all doomed to die! Have you come to help us climb out of this hole? Chelsea laughed when they heard on his laugh. I trust you're not getting the warriors ready for barrier. I trust you can. I'm not here to follow every order, but we need. I trust you. Okay. We know the Oathbreakers are focused in the citadel beneath the mountain spire, but we have learned this is not only their only nest. The fifth eye wages his hand in the air with a high-pitched squeal of displeasure. Given the pattern of attack, they must have a second group maintaining camp here in Nelta Valley. And unless we deal with this, I wish I knew what his voice sounded like, but anyway, with this second group, they'll attack behind the moment we cross. You have large force, and for all these weeks, you've let the enemy. Okay, this favor thinks you can't control your horde, and many have this fact. Wrong, and perhaps just as with his spear in and arc toward the spiraling camp. It is no mean feat to herd this many disparate lives. For every 2 hands of humanity, there is at least 1 finger that snaps from the stress of our ways. Few have been lost in the mergers. I don't deny that, but if you store grain, expect some rat feces. If you lead killers, expect some desertion. So you need help taking out these oath breakers. And while a good old-fashioned slaughter would be an efficient solution, the smarter answer is not killing them, but add them strength to ours. My last group of scouts returned with a bunch of prisoners, and one of these prisoners claims he led the guard. Oh, he's one of these guys. To the secondary camp, though there are threads of deception in their voices. I could use your question. Yeah, okay. I'll speak with the prisoner. I'll meet you there. She's waiting. Yeah, it's one of these guys. I think it's him. I think he's the one that joins us in the thing. If I remember correctly, there's a guy that actually joins us in the thing. Now, who do I have to talk to? Is it you? No. Is it you? Yes, here he is. Oh, he's uninjured. Can I... Where are we? Here.
Will do.
Oh, I gotta talk to you, is it? Fifth eye. Yeah, let's talk to you. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I gotta talk to him. If I fight commander of the local Scarlet Cross that surveys his camp, watching in stillness as all manner of violence occurs around him. He offers a slight nod to your approach. Was there anything else? Yeah, farewell. Okay. Please, someone, I wish to bow before the voice in the rat. I thought all could find redemption in the chorus. A woman in a makeshift armor of the guard lurches forward in agony. Her solid trembled leg suggests that she has been forced to stand for days. This one, he flippantly waves at the prisoner, was hollering earlier that she knows the location of the guard encampment, but she isn't being entirely honest. I told this thing, the prisoner turns to the pale moment before a look of determination comes over her face, that I wanted a guarantee that I'd live and be welcome into the chorus as a captain. Then I'll talk, otherwise they'll just kill me once I've opened my mouth. I was dumb enough to join the guard but I'm not dumb enough to give away my bargaining bronze. And I'll say to your release, you claim you failed the people of Scarlet. Why do you change your heart? Because I want to live, and you don't need the Archon to know the younger realms are gone. Okay. Why should I trust the word? Fine. I heard the chorus is looking for a captain and his crew. I led you to them, but only if you release me. She turns her head, taking a long look, skewered, smiling. Court. She tugs her restraints, but no avail. You're lying, and you don't actually. Start talking now. Well, I see you see. Well, you see, shaken by your demand, her lips move wordlessly for several seconds. So I don't exactly know where the rest of my crew is, but I can tell you, she shakes her head, clutching her breath. Search that one. She reaches up to her right leg and points at her foot with the clawing attention of a nearby pile of corpses. Tall, dark one missing most of his face. Checked the left boot. He was literally one of the crew that had the orders. With a snap of his fingers, the Kaiman racked the boot of the thing and palm another fun boat. It's nonsense. Just mashed words. Laughter corrupts underneath the mask. She said she had information. She gives us garbage. I heard her say she swears. Remain silent. Wait, hang on. She gives us garbage. So he snaps his fingers at the nearby Scarlet, who promptly snatches a long knife from her belt. Oh. Make her cut shallow. Give her the time to regret toying with me. And this guy should say something, hopefully. We're no closer to finding the Oathbreaker's position. Not with this corrupt message. She promised us answers, and all she gave us was gibberish.
Sorry to interrupt, but I highly doubt it's gibberish. More likely, it's one of the local scripts.
The voice comes from another prisoner tied up next to the Varag. The older gentleman with the quills, ink vials, and parchment scrolls. One finds on sages of schools, ink and quills. Ink smudged over his cheeks, temples, and ears. His clothes covered charred, and between his rips of his fabric, you spot burn scars along his arms. Despite being whatever and tied to a post, he offers a brave smile. Can you read this?
Well, let me see. I can't.
You hold the parchment in front of the bound sage, and his eyes dart down the length of the massive, and he reads it for the second time, noticing.
So, I don't know exactly what it says, but I'm half certain that's Sage Selwyn's handwriting. I'm sure I could decipher that in a few hours' time. Don't need my hands free, but I think better when not tied to a post. I know, I'm weird that way.
I think everyone's like that. Few hours. Either you can read it or you can't. What use is a sage that doesn't know his letters? I've heard all I need to hear. Let's have some fun with this one. Your life depends on transferring this girl now. You read the edict. I don't need to tell you this guy, son or whatever, against us. This, whatever, Dirtbag's just trying to stall us. Untie him and give him a chance to translate. We'll be upset if this kind of source... Wait, if... We'll be upset. Know that you scoundrel are the source of an challenge. How true. Then we shan't put him to waste. We'll serve as much of the blah blah blah. Okay.
Fatebinder, I beseech you, be my advocate for this trial. I'm no fool. I know the chorus uses blood, not words, to settle these matters. But you are a servant of the Ark.
Good. I like it when Tunon's puppies get their paws dirty.
I wouldn't mind taking a swing at some loudmouth chorus braggarts myself.
Yay! Did you hear that, brothers and sisters? Raise his arms to the sky as the fifth eye roars. For all to nearby here, trial by combat is upon us. The sage is unbound from a post, stiff legs nearly buckled, as he attempts to walk, and his arms flexed and flailed in the new freedom. Wiping the sweat and grin from his brow, the sage steps close to you with a nervous smile. The rhythmic roaring and the stomping of hundreds of feet in unseasoned flight of the camp hordemen began to circle around and blah blah blah. If they got this worked up to fight an enemy, I've ventured the war would be over by now. Begin the chant of gathering. Let the warriors know that tonight's entertainment will soon commence. Brothers and sisters, who amongst us you set the standards for strength? Who amongst you will help winnow the weak from the strong? The fifth eye waves his hand in the air, drawing and gathering the Cryosaurus. I made a dinosaur now. Our claimants have been assembled. Now let's trial of the Oathbreaker begin.
I am a shield unto myself.
I can level him up. Okay, let's work this out. What we got? You can do what you want on her and with her.
Sorry, I can't.
I'll omit that from the record.
Well, that worked. By the righteous blood shedding of blood, we have found our answer. Regrettably, it appears the sage is worthy of leaving the camp alive. The fifth eye offers a short mocking bow to Lantry. By the custom set forth by the voices of Narat, you are free to go, old man. Brag to your grandkids that you fell afoul with the chorus, yet lived to tell the story. The chorus was a rather bloody definition of the world trial. Warriors. There we go. It really is bloodletting. Whether is it not? My conscripts need to see more warriors of your skill in action. I thank you for your lesson you given the camp. I thought I'd die tied to that post. The sage looks down at the rope-worn wrist in disbelief. Now hand me that parchment. I certainly can decipher it. Well, much of the parchment was weathered, but I could make out the important parts of the text. The note makes mention of meeting spot West Tripnet. So the old sage knows his words after all. I'd ask that you travel ahead to see if you can't get the Captain Florian to yield to the chorus. They will strike at first sight of the chorus gang, but perhaps they will parley of yours to face. I know the area and I suggest we go at once. I'll show you the way. I'm eager to be far from the Stetcher camp. Okay. My apologies. Guess we skipped that part. Past that part. I'm Sage Lantry, he's former of the Citadel, and now of nowhere, I guess. You're offering to come with me? Why? Because the alternative is what? Living here with these illiterate brutes. My old study is under a river of fire, and there's no family missing me. Besides, I'd much rather chronicle the binder that's twice proclaimed an edict of caste. I'd be a fool to let someone else write your story. Something's amiss. There's a lot of fighting in your old school. Now you're offered to join this expedition. Alright. Fine. So you come with me. Splendid. You won't be disappointed. I know I may seem old and frail, but I know how to step lightly and how to not get killed. Really. I won't slow you down. Lead the way and let me know if I can be of any service. Are we done here? Let's hightail it to Triplet if your new pet doesn't behave. Along the way, I'm not above clipping his ears. It's a little bit mean. Right, let's get this guy up. I want to go up in his health a bit more. Oh, he can go up too, actually. We'll probably go up in this one as well. And he can have that one. Because I want to do some healing. Yeah, we're going to get him into our healing. Because I'm going to get him to be the healer of our group. We've got some quests that we're going to need to get done as well. Right. Let's see. Where is he? Well, it looks like I've only got good with him, so that's fine. My strength. It's funny how you get more bad. Like, you get the bad thing quicker than you get the good thing. That's kind of hilarious. Well, she's almost up to the point where verse was applauded by your honorable ways. Right. Well, I'm going to end this stream here. Thank you for joining me. I don't know when I'll stream next. Hopefully soon. We've only got 7 days left on this evict, so hopefully we can do something about that. I haven't got work until Wednesday, so hopefully I'll do something before, like either tomorrow or next day. I don't know, but I will be streaming other videos. I don't know when I'll start with this one next or not, but I'll try and get this one done next as well. I don't know. So anyway, thank you for joining me in the stream, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!